Yeah, it's
All
starting to get
right,
irritating.
we live now. We are live.
Oh snaps!
What's going on, y'all? Gold Cast episode 6.
Yo yo,
Y'all want to throw out any introductions? Y'all want to let people who know who you are?
ladies first.
Not really.
Rita, Rita said, "Not really."
I'm a been on here. I've been on here before, but I'm Rita Beta.
All right.
I don't really much like talking about myself, but that'll do.
Yeah. I got the new guy, Salvo.
Yo yo, salvo in the place. You know what I'm saying? Here to be sophisticated and ignorant at the same time.
Yeah, Funk just jumped off, but he gonna. I'm pretty sure he gonna jump back in, man. We do. Let's just go and get it started. All right. Today we talking about the problem with being PC, politically correct. So,
Okay.
you know, I have to look at it like just the ideal is going into it with council culture and all kinds of movements being started up. So, what y'all two think? Y'all think it's is it a real problem with it?
Well,
With
I think
cancel
for the
culture?
most part,
I mean, we're just anything under the umbrella. You got a lot of stuff that I think just being PC has brought up into society. Uh, you
Mm-mm.
can go into counterculture because I definitely think that's under the umbrella.
well, my motto, and maybe you can even tell that sometimes by my posts, I'm not really traditional about things that I post, and sometimes I can. Some people say, "Wow, you said some crazy stuff on here." But I think that what my motto is facts don't care about your feelings.
Right.
And you probably heard it many times before. And sometimes when it comes to self evaluation, we have to look at the truth. And if it offends, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but I do believe in certain environments you do have to be PC. For instance, you just have to be neutral and shut your damn mouth, like in a work environment or environment where you can get subject to EEO or you can get penalized for having extreme views or even speak the truth. When we're in this age of COVID too, where you get on here and you talk about some things, and Facebook does this censorship thing. I think maybe some people will view that as being politically correct too. Like, I mean, that's how I feel about it. Just facts don't care about your feelings.
All
I
right,
like
right. What
that.
you
I'm gonna have to steal that. Facts don't care about your feelings. I personally feel like society now has made everybody so sensitive. Social media has given everybody the power to speak up now. So now everybody wants to be heard, but everybody wants their feelings to be taken into account. But my thing is, if you have the right to be heard, then anybody else should have the right to say what they want to say behind it. It's up to you to take it, adjust your feelings to it. Like you said, facts don't have feelings. So why is it that I have to censor myself if I'm only speaking the truth? I'm not saying be malicious, but at the same token, you should still be able to speak your truth. Somebody not going to agree with it. In anything you say, you can try to be as PC as possible. Somebody's still not going to like or accept what you have to say.
I agree.
oh
I
yeah.
agree with that one.
All right,
It's
let's let me preach on, brother.
oh yeah, it's somebody out there right now that think the sky purple, and
What
it's
about
1,000 people that's gonna tell them it's not.
what about you, Funk man? You think it's PC being PC? Do you think it's a real problem with it, man?
Yeah, it is like you said. It's like you can't speak your mind no more without somebody, getting in their feelings, or not even just speaking your mind. Like you said, even facts. Like you can sit here and speak facts, and people will still try to push their opinion because, like I say, being PC is, is almost equivalent to being entitled. To me, that's what I get from it. It's a bunch of entitled people thinking it's either they way or nothing else. Basically
Mm-hmm.
being controlling. That's what I get from it. Like you see, like you can go on YouTube, man, and see all these videos of people blurring out stupid shit, and then when you prove them wrong, they still try to push they way, and then if you don't agree with it, then it's a problem. Then you gotta apologize and all of like it's like cancel culture. It's
Oh
like, man,
yeah.
it's a lot. Like, man, it's getting crazy out here as far as like being PC or political. Yeah, being PC. Like you can't do nothing. It's sucking all the fun out of life.
Right.
Facts.
Like shit, man. Like it's sucking all the like you can't go nowhere without like damn like everything's changing. Like it's changed. Like you can't be an adult no more. Like you gotta obey by rules and shit. All because you gotta make somebody else feel comfortable
Yeah.
because they can't take what life really is like jokes. Like look at comedy now. Like comedy is boring as fuck now, basically. Really, what I'm saying? Like everybody talking about their kids and shit because they don't want to slip up and say the wrong thing and get
Mm-hmm.
canceled and shit. Or like look at like Kevin Hart. Like he funny, but he ain't all. He ain't that funny. And that's the only comedian you really see nowadays because he's not he's not saying nothing that's over the top or over the edge like old comedians back in the day. Like you could like back in the day you could say anything and wouldn't nobody give a shit. Wouldn't nobody feelings be hurt.
Oh yeah, but see, that's because I feel like people understood that it was all jokes, and the truth
Right,
has an aspect of funny to it. You see what I'm saying? The
right.
reason why people like Red Fox or oh man, my man's that got burnt. What's his name? Oh man, like Richard Pryor. The reason why
Yeah,
they were so funny was because they were telling the truth. It just
yeah. They
happened
was
to
telling
be
the
funny.
truth.
You know what I'm saying? And they were
Right.
able to relate things to their life. He's like, I was so high, I fell asleep and burnt myself and burnt my Jerry curl. That shit was hilarious. Yeah, you burnt yourself and it was dangerous, but we understood the satire that if you can laugh at yourself, then we shouldn't take it to
Right.
heart. But somebody, you say that and then they'll have all types of feelings or whatever about other shit instead of just taking it for what it was, a joke.
And see, people nowadays they can't take jokes. Like you can't say shit nowadays without somebody's having a politically correct view of things, or what I'm saying. Like it's people nagging too much about the wrong things. Basically, is what I see.
So do y'all think like it's a what do y'all think about all this? I just say this. What do y'all think about all the cancel culture stuff? As far as you say something, and then you got a group of people who, well, essentially they'll make you lose your job.
Hmm.
They'll all kinds of stuff. They'll just come after you,
I
ruining
think
your life.
it's bullshit to a degree, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I
I
think what
think
I
that.
hate. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was interrupting you.
No, no worries.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say.
My
Because
bad. I threw you off.
sometimes people can trigger a thought, and then maybe something that you said, Salvo, was making me like, yeah, blah 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 blah. But I'm good at interrupting people, and I have to apologize all the time. So that's
I
probably what I
know
was doing, interrupting you.
it's all good. I was just gonna say I understand cancel culture to a degree, but I think they have way too much power. I think what
Yeah,
I
it's too
hate
much
as
power.
much as I hate cancel culture, I hate the people that backpedal. I hate that the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said
What
it,
you say is sorry about. Right.
you said it, own up to it, and try to move forward and be better from there. But now everybody, oh my god, I'm sorry. Like when you catch these white people, and it's like Yeah, you was just screaming, nigga, 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 nigga. Now, oh my God, I have black friends. You had black friends before you said that. Don't backtrack. We just see you for what you are. I take a racist that I know is a racist, or a person that's prejudiced that I know is prejudiced versus a closet prejudiced person. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you can't trust them.
Exactly. I know what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? Face value versus
White
somebody I gotta
liberals.
want this in the background like, yeah, you talking shit about me when I leave. I don't know, man. I feel like if we don't have we don't give people enough chance to prove fact or or
Right.
or prove what their actual intentions were. Cause like I was talking to Killer, Savage Man a while back, and I was telling him I was like the whole Tory Lanez Meg the Stallion situation. We don't know what actually happened, but so many people caped for him. Was like, oh man, he did Megan wrong, and I'm like, this man still ain't in jail.
And
Last
Right.
time I
Still not
checked,
in
if you a
jail.
black man in America and you just shot somebody, we going to
You
jail.
going to jail. Right.
have we heard his side of the story? Did he ever get to say? Because I understand why he looking like that.
His
Hey,
his
Funk,
last album,
Funk,
his
we got your
last album, he was talking a lot of stuff.
Funk, we got your favorite person Q up in here, man.
That's
I
crazy.
see. I see, Brian.
But so did he ever get to say anything?
His last album, he started shedding light on some stuff, and then they put a gag order on him. And
Oh,
now
see,
I
that's
don't
some
know if
bull
it's
crap.
lifted now, but now it's lifted because he got a new song that just came out, and he was talking about a whole bunch of stuff, and he had hella subliminals in the music video and shit.
This is what I mean. Like, why would you wait till you come out with an album to tell your side of the story? Because
He been told his side of the story. He told his story on live. It's on
Yeah,
okay,
YouTube. Yeah, he told his
okay,
side of the story.
because
You
I'm
know
yeah,
what
but
I'm
he
saying?
always
did that after that
I've always
album came
feel.
out. But they put a gag order on him in the beginning though, so he couldn't talk about
Oh,
the
okay,
the situation at all. Cause
but
like her
she could.
lawyers, right, and that was what was petty. Like her lawyers jumped on him quick and was like, "Yeah, you say anything about this." And then I hate the fact that she was like, "Oh, I didn't want to send another black man to jail." I'm like, that's bullshit. Cause if a
But
motherfucker
wait
shoot
a
me, I
minute
don't
though.
care if he black, green, pink, or purple.
Did he? I'm just trying to figure. Like, I know we're all off topic, but like, how does a gag order take place? Like, don't you have to sign some kind of papers? Maybe he was like blackballed. They basically, she's under Jay Z and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they was like, look, we will ruin your career.
Of
you
course,
know.
of
So
course.
that's
And
probably why he
then,
talking about
cause
it.
like
But
when
then
he went
he's
on,
really looking bad because everybody is just taking this like one side of the story, which is Meg's story. So he's already got what they call it, a stain on his
mm-hmm.
reputation already. It's something else. It's called
Yeah, cause he even said it on his Instagram live. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Even my lawyer was like, don't say nothing about the case. And he was like, the whole time I'm not saying nothing though. She basically doing press conferences talking about how I done violated her. Cause they was together. I didn't even know they was together.
Yeah,
They was
they
on
was
some
together.
undercover together shit. I didn't even know.
And what's crazy is he was like, if I shot you, why would you get back in the truck with the person that shot you? And
Logic.
that right there, that right there killed the whole argument. So I mean, yeah. But that's kind of like cancel culture, man. Like they only hear one side of the story, and it don't even be facts. And you can have all these facts, and people will still go with the popular opinion versus the
Yeah,
the
and see,
unsaid truth.
I feel like when it comes to her though, she got the machine behind her. You know what I'm saying? Cause like keeping it a
Yeah,
being like
she does.
Meg The Stallion isn't that great of a rapper. Like she's okay. You know what I'm saying? Just like Cardi B's okay, but like she got so many people pushing her. In her first year alone, she had a fucking feature from Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. Mind you, two of the biggest female artists in their respective genre ever. You got
I
that
think
coming
a
out
lot
the
of these
gate.
female rappers, it hasn't been any great since the Queen Latifah age, MC Light age. It's like everybody now has a ghostwriter,
Oh yeah,
or for the most part, or some of them actually write their own raps, but they just whack. And I just feel bad. Nobody's representing us ladies effectively in the rap game. It's ridiculous.
They because them ladies turning out to be some hoes. That's what they trying to do. They trying to
All
Yeah.
pop that.
right, they being hoes. That one ain't
nah.
funny as hell.
You know what's crazy though? I
Every
you know,
every rapper is a hoe.
Yes,
man.
exactly. They don't
Or they
represent.
gay.
You know what's crazy though? I just had a conversation with my guys and we was talking about this and we were talking about female rappers. Most women think that men don't listen to female rappers because we don't like women rapping. And it's not even that. Most of the guys I know, we look for dope female rappers, but the problem is all you talk about is your pussy or what you just
Right.
did to him. I can't walk down the street rapping that. You know what I'm saying?
And
Somebody gonna
Right.
look at me
Like,
the
like,
see, you
crazy
can rap Gangsta Boo or some shit like that. Like, she has some good songs that you can, like, rap.
you know what I'm
As
Yeah.
far
saying?
as a dude wise, like, you know what I'm saying? But, Lil Chat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, female rappers like that. But nowadays, it's my pussy this, my pussy that. Like, it's cool and all, but, like, it's just too much of it.
Too much pussy.
Like it ain't that much pussy. It ain't that much good pussy. Like it can't be that good. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
everybody ain't
everybody
got it
thinks
good.
they
It can't be that good.
Well,
I don't believe it's that good.
I look at it like this. It ain't even just rapping about all that type of stuff. It's a whole culture of just this whole shit.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hot
Like,
girl summer.
yeah,
I
and
know.
it's just
that shit weird.
oh, I want to
They ain't canceling it though.
right. They're
Oh
not
Oh,
no.
canceling
they
that.
canceling that.
But can tell the truth. But tell the truth, they'll cancel the shit out you though.
Talking
Oh
about
yeah.
You
Especially
didn't
if you say that. Especially if you say
and put a stain on
oh,
your name.
yeah.
Yeah.
They talk, you
Damn,
got
man, I'm talking about Tiger Woods. Hey, tell that. Damn, fuck y'all hoes in. Fuck. See, that's what these hoes need to be about. Fuck.
What?
Goddamn, why?
so man. You got you got rappers talking about breaking dudes, taking their money. You know what I'm saying? Basically telling little girls to go be prostitutes. That stuff is not being canceled.
yeah,
I know,
Nope.
right?
I was
And
thinking that
Kamala Harris want to decriminalize prostitution.
Shit.
Like man, it's a whole. That's what they think of these little kids. That's what they think
I
of the
think it's a
kids.
But
lot of whack rappers out here. I always said aliens visited during the 2000 and 1990s and before that aliens was here and they left.
Yeah, man, goddamn
man,
man.
they probably left because this shit ridiculous.
I don't
Right,
know.
that's what I'm gonna say. That probably look at this shit crazy as hell. I'll leave too shit.
I know, right? I only
Niggas is
listen to Song
crazy.
Elo. You feel me? Project Pat. This that nigga fool.
Man, shut the fuck.
Hold on, now look here. Hey, look at Hey, you think just cause your voice got a little deeper and shit, nigga, and your hair got cut, you can talk some shit? I'm so tired of your hip hop
Man,
dance. You the only nigga in the fan of hip hop. Goddamn, you don't even rap
man,
just hip
fuck you,
hop.
bro.
Hey, you still got your phone or not? 'Cause I'm growing my shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway,
I think you love me a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying, fool. See, look, Kevin, if it weren't for me, really, fool, you wouldn't even just mind me popping like that, fool. Cause remember that time, man, we pulled up on them little faux hoes
Bro,
and
shut
shit.
up,
Oh
man.
Lord.
God.
he finna put all the business out there.
right?
Right, bro. Man, way too much.
Like, you remember
Hey, but now the real talk.
at 3
You
o'clock
talk to your what you call your
p.m. right
uncle.
when the sun was going down.
Anyway, so we can get back to
We
it
finna put the
though.
whole dig out there.
I know, right?
Right, man.
Yeah, but I
Well,
think
so what?
I feel like cancel culture in the whole, man. I feel like that shit is just as toxic as every fucking thing else. Cause now toxicity is cool, even though people try to act like they all into this mental health. Because that's the word that they love to throw around now. Oh, my mental health. Even though I feel like people are more toxic now than they've ever been.
Oh yeah, very.
Um,
I think it's too much time on people's
It's
hands.
just it's these
That's what it
drugs.
is.
You
These
know, and
damn
it's like
drugs. Everybody
COVID
mad.
taking effect,
I
you
know.
know, and we've been locked up in the house for what, over a year and a half. Just everything is
Mm-hmm.
opening up now, and people are now playing video games more than getting some vitamin D outside. Like
Facts.
really, people not interacting with each other anymore, and maybe people are really over examining things. They're looking at things, thinking
Man,
too
people
much.
shit.
Oh
What?
yeah. Human interaction is a thing of the past. We don't have to talk to people no more. We just click a
Mm-mm.
couple letters on the keyboard and say everything. I just was talking to a little kid I had seen, and I was like, "Y'all don't go outside no more,
Nope.
man. It's hot outside." What? I lived for that.
Mhm.
I can remember growing up, back, Mama, can I just get another hour? You know these street lights come on, get your ass in this house, man. We used to be pissed having to go in the house,
Things change,
For
man.
these, oh
man.
Right.
God,
That's why all these young motherfuckers socially awkward now.
Oh
playing
yeah.
They don't,
football. I
man.
mean, the only influence they got is the rappers and the R&B singers. Cause you gotta think about it now. The parents too damn lazy to even care about the kids. They just get their ass a tablet, or as long as they have their
Right.
face down, really give a fuck.
Right.
Man,
So really, it's really
They
just
making they
half of it
making
is the
single
parents' fault.
motherhood
If you
cool
think about it,
nowadays. Like that shit not cool. Like, they
Well,
trying to
one
make
thing I
single.
think that they
before
should
they have
do
Yeah.
kids,
for
before shit.
instead of canceling
Right.
things,
That shit crazy. That shit
maybe
crazy.
what they should do is, for instance, Christopher Columbus. We know he ain't discovered nothing, but maybe underneath his sign, tell the truth, or I mean, his
Don't know
statue, tell the truth instead of
uh-oh.
don't know other
instead of
races
talking
do that shit
down.
except for black folks.
See, see, but now, Rita, you finna get real now, cause now you trying to tell people to be accountable. That's touchy right there, man. That mirror, that's a hard thing to look in.
Right.
When
You can get man. Hey,
you
yeah, you
start
can get
telling people to
canceled for
be
saying
accountable
that.
and tell the truth.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
You
What you
want
mean?
me to be
Like yeah.
responsible for my actions? Where you
Right.
do that at?
I'm just saying, now, man.
That's
I
why.
just saw a TikTok, man, and it was this lady and this dude was walking around with a gun, and the lady walked up to the man and was like, "I bet you that gun ain't even real." And then he pistol whipped her, and she was mad. Like,
Not why did
why?
he have to pistol whip her though?
Why you not minding your business?
That's
Right.
true.
And that's the problem right there. People don't mind their business nowadays, man. That's crazy.
Well, did
Man,
Man,
he
ain't no
enjoy his
business. It's
time
social
in the
media.
jail?
I mean,
Did
now
he
don't
Ain't
get
no
me
enjoy his time
wrong.
in jail?
Don't get me wrong. He was a scumbag because I think he was trying to rob a store or something. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not advocating for him, but I'm just saying
Right.
he's on the outside looking in, and you chose to go put yourself in the situation, and
Right.
then you wonder why you
Hmm.
got pistol whipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
I mean, but
you should
well,
have
you think about
walked down the street and called the police.
ain't no
Right.
privacy or no private shit
He
no
was
more.
trying
Cause
to
everything
interview
is
the
so
criminal.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Minding your business is a skill that should go on your resume. I personally feel
Right.
you should be
But
able to put
people
that
can't do
right
that
under job
nowadays.
skills.
So
Right.
we can use that to segue into the next thing. I got a little heat. So on the topic of like women. So
Oh
Uh-oh.
Lord.
oh no, we got to do it, Rita. We got
oh
to do
shit. Hold on now, hold on. Ain't that many women out here though? And I know really hoes and
All right now.
Uh-oh.
He
hold on. Look, listen now, hold on now. And you think about it,
Preach
every
it
damn
though, Q. Preach
what
it
happened?
though. I'm feeling you.
I'm for real
No,
though, because listen though, everybody want to be a bad bitch. They talk about hot girl, something they want to pop that shit, all that. Ain't nobody look like the gentleman and the women era has left. Feel me? Not nothing but hood
Facts.
niggas, hood heroes,
right.
and hoes and bitches. That's it. Cause
Right.
social media done took over.
Everybody.
Back when we
Right.
was young, we actually had to listen to the old people. You know what I'm saying? Now everything
Oh
just on
yeah,
social media. Hell, even 13, 12 year olds got Facebooks.
Posing with their ass sticking out.
man.
So I'm looking at it like, you got all the, let's just call it what it is. You got the LBGT alphabet community, and you got feminists. They got a lot of power unnecessarily, and they wield their power to just ruin the name of some people. You got people pulling shit back.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody said from 10 years ago.
Fact.
Only
And
black people. Only black people. No white person did that shit. Only black people. The only race that do that dumbass shit.
now some
You
white
think
people
about
that
it,
do it too.
yeah, man, name a white person that got cancer. So-called cancer. What's that nigga name? Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah,
That
that's
nigga still,
one.
hell no, but this nigga ass ain't even in jail. He's still making all his money and he got all his royalties still.
Right,
And
and you ain't
Oh
heard about
yeah,
this shit
yeah.
lately.
Harvey,
You ain't heard about it lately.
Harvey ain't lost nothing. I
Donald
mean, but you don't have to ever
Sterling.
hear about him again. He made all his money.
That's because who the hell is gonna listen to some black people if the black people are canceling their own fucking race? You see this shit? They canceling this
Fact.
motherfucker. You
Right.
got me. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
like
Like
Oprah.
it's like this. Exactly. Like who the fuck? I fuck the shit out of Oprah though. I ain't gonna lie, little big ass. I eat the shit out there cookie.
Little big
All
ass.
right.
But I'm just saying though, like
Little big ass. Okay.
Oprah went after every black man that she could, as far as
She did.
being a sexual predator, tyrant, deviant, whatever. And I'm not
Really?
saying that the people. Yeah, she did. Russell Simmons, R. Kelly,
And
I'm
Michael
gonna look
Jackson.
this up. Let me look this up.
Michael Jackson.
yeah, Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Look
okay.
it
I
up,
know what you're
Hun
saying.
Gail.
Yeah, she
They,
did.
Right,
Yeah.
her homie, her homie.
but she had nothing to say about Harvey Weinstein. But that's because Harvey cool though. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So my thing is like you out here talking about you want to shed a light on these demons in the world, but you won't even highlight all the demons. You only highlight the demons that look like you. But that's that
Huh.
self-hate shit, and that I don't get me started with that.
Shit,
Because
you see,
maybe if she did, she'd be canceled.
man, you see the
Man,
school that she started out there in Africa, how she let all them folks get raped, and then she didn't even rebuild it or nothing. She just left it. She
mm-hmm.
rebuilt that school for all them women and shit. And man, them folks came through, raped all the girls and shit, killed some. She ain't do shit but just pack up and come right back to America.
Right. But hey, the people don't know about this shit.
Oh yeah, Oprah is. I'm not a fan. Like, and I don't get me wrong. I was the same, but like, man, she got all that money. I'm getting her pregnant. Fuck that. I used to be the same way, but I was like, I don't want nothing to do with her, man. Cause like, for you to hate the people that look like you that much, man, like that's some deep rooted trauma or whatever. Like something seriously fucked up with you. Cause it don't make
Or
no
it
sense.
could be that she just knows who to fuck with. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
of course.
Because I believe if she could, maybe she would
She don't want to
fuck.
get canceled.
See, I don't think so. I believe like Oprah and shit, right? It's like this, right? Like you gotta think about it. How many black people do you know that's rich and successful like Harvey Weinstein? Really, what gatekeepers do you know in the industry that are black? Jay-Z ain't one of them because he's sucking dick on the low with the white folks. So really,
Uh-oh.
so you gotta think about it. What the fuck do black people got to offer that white people don't got?
Right. Right. They ain't took
That's the
anything from a
mindset.
nigga.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
And
We
there's
ain't got the money.
another white famous rich guy who had all these
Other
actors
than hip hop. Other than
all
hip hop, that's about it. Which is
accusing
they
him
controlling it.
of sexual advances, unwanted sexual advances, and all of them are canceled. All them ladies that accused this man. I can't think of his name right now. It's not Harvey Weinstein, but
Well, I'm gonna tell you this:
The
all the
one
white
that
people look.
hung himself in jail.
no, that one that yep, him and so I
See,
think
look, they was gonna
white
kill
guy.
him.
Yeah.
They was gonna kill him. So his suicide really wasn't even no suicide. They killed his ass. And he was gonna
Or
crack.
you think
Right.
or could it have been a hit job on him?
He knew too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, look, look, that white boy, he was gonna snitch because you look at the magazines right now, his wife is already spilling the beans. You feel me?
Yep.
So she was just part of it. But him, he already knew all the secrets, he had the footages and all that. So you rich, are you gonna risk, you know what I'm saying, him spilling the beans, or are you gonna wait? Hell,
And
now you gonna go
And
take
every
his
that's
ass
and
down.
that's why they took Hillary to court, because she was in court too for her emails and shit. But see, people
Mm-hmm.
didn't know about that. They had a big distraction and shit. I forgot what was going on while Hillary was in court. I forgot what the fuck people was paying attention to, but why everybody was paying attention to some stupid shit.
Oh yeah,
Hillary
because
was
the
in
Russians.
court about them
I
emails.
I can tell you exactly what some of the stuff was. You had the R. Kelly shit popping off. You had
Yep.
fucking Terry Crews big ass talking about he
Oh
let a little
yeah,
shorty do his white man
yeah.
touch on him and he couldn't do nothing about it. You had
Big
it
as
was
hell.
all type of random shit. That one fucked me up though. I'm like, man, you 6'5", 300 some pounds, and you telling me you let an old Jewish man grab you by the balls and you did nothing?
But you'll slap DL. But
Right.
Right.
you'll slap DL Hughley.
I be thinking like,
Wow.
what the hell? What happens to all the rich folks' money? You feel me? Like, do they train their kids and their family to step up and be just like them, like heartless or something? You feel me? Like you know, all the people, the so-called Illuminati and
Of
shit.
course.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so, like, are they raising evil or some shit? This is the only way I'm thinking because shit, I don't know what family
But
members
see,
all the same.
they don't know that it's evil when they being brought up. They being told that legacy. This is our name. You see what I'm saying? Shit that black people should tell that we should teach and tell our kids, but we don't. Not saying using it for
Nope.
evil because anything that you do can be perceived good or evil, but you know what I'm saying? White people believe in lineage. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be black until it's actual real black shit you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We not out here preaching legacy to our kids, so our kids don't walk around with a sense of pride because we smoking weed with them, or we letting them drink early, doing other type of shit. You know what I'm
Trying to be
saying? And
cool.
I'm saying right. You know what I'm saying? We trying to be your friend, whereas a lot of these white cultures, Asian cultures, and everybody else, like they're telling their kids, like, look, you bear my name. Whatever you do for the rest of your life is gonna represent me, and I be damned if you make me look any type of way. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at
Like
Chinese
Jackie Chan
culture,
or something. Remember,
man.
Jackie Chan, he ain't leaving his son shit because how he acting right now. So all his money, he said he gonna donate to charity when he die. He
who
ain't even
said
put his
Hell
son
yeah,
in. Jackie Chan, cause he said the way his
Oh
son
wow.
is now is not traditional. So he said all the money that he get that's up in his will, he just gonna sign it out to charity.
Hang on, y'all.
Wow.
Brandon, we got Brandon up in here. What's going on, Brandon?
I've just listened. I have no idea what was going on from right there.
We all over the place.
To help y'all out, it was Jeffrey Epstein, the one that quote
yeah,
unquote killed himself
Oh,
in
okay.
prison.
right,
But yeah, he didn't kill
Jada.
himself. We already know that.
You
I
ain't do
know.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
You got to
Hey, so do you think you be reborn when you die?
dude.
I don't
Like, do
know.
people get a second life?
Yeah,
I
see,
definitely.
because I know
I,
spirits are always, but your body is temporary. You feel me? So that's why I wonder, like, do you get reborn or something? Or
Depends
I
on
I've
what
could
you
met
believe
believe.
against that.
children that seemed like they're
Right.
just
So
true
what you
lies.
believe.
no,
I
Seem
see
like
that's
gotta
what
they're
I'm
believe
true
saying.
against
lies
that because
though.
I got bad luck and I fuck around and come back as like a worm or a bug or some shit. So
See,
I
that's
have
what
to
I'm thinking.
believe
So that's
against
what
that.
I'm thinking, right? Like people who died in vain, like do they keep reliving that same life until they switch over, or what? That's what I'm thinking. Cause you know, like I know, like you had a family member that died or something, then you have a baby, and it look just like they had,
They do say
or
that
act
though.
like
They
'em.
do say like every time somebody dies, a new life is born. So
Yeah.
they have said shit like that person that died moved out the way so that that child could come into this world. I've heard old people say shit like that.
So I have heard old people say stuff like that, but I always question that because if we understand that souls are everlasting and able to move from one to another, we'll also be able to move species from one to another, also move the organisms as long as something has a soul. So could somebody die, be quote unquote reincarnated, or come back as a whale?
I
How
think
would
so.
we know that that's something different? So, I mean, it's and then also from there as well, what is the worst fate? Being having your soul transferred to something that you have no idea what it is, let's say like that worm, or having your soul trapped here, what we consider ghosts, and understanding from there and being in another dimension. And if that's the case, and you open up another door, that means there's another dimension. Is there a set precedent for that dimension as well? Is a lot deeper mindset of a thought to go
Yeah,
through.
yeah,
Oh
I get what
yeah.
you saying. I get
See,
exactly what you saying.
but that's why I say like I can't believe in those type of things because it just it's such a vast topic because like you said now we're getting into are you coming back as another person, are you coming back as another species, are you coming back as fucking plant, you know what I'm saying? So now it's like it's all these infinite possibilities and I can't my brain don't that's too much for my regular person brain, so I'm like, you know what, whatever happened after I'm out of here, that's just what happened because that is too much for me.
See, this one thing. See, this why I always be thinking right here, right? Like, can we trace? Can we really trace our ancestors back? Like, could we ask our granddaddies or our grandfathers, and then they give us like their parents' name, and then they might know their grandparents' name. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just very. You get what I'm talking about? Like, it's difficult to even trace where the hell you come from.
Oh yeah, but that's because we can't do it. Other races can. We just can't.
Shit, I don't think
No,
other
you
races.
can. But
I mean, hold on, hold on. Now, I don't believe in the computer shit because that shit was man made. You feel me? So it ain't smarter than no average human.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I say other people can. Because, perfect example, let's talk Hispanic culture. Hispanic culture, they have 5, 6, 7 generations in the same house.
They
You
sure
see what I'm saying?
And their
Grandmother.
names, because I'm studying Spanish, their names have the patriarchy and the matriarchy attached to it. So you can
Exactly.
basically, for the most part, and a lot of Spanish people have the father and the mother's last name in there. So you can kind of trace theirs, you know?
yeah.
Exactly. We
It
don't
just
have that.
well,
All our shit is broken. You know what I'm
but yeah,
saying?
well, see,
Every
because we don't live up to our names. You feel me? Like we don't live for our name really,
we
but the
don't
other
have a
races do.
name.
Shit, I got a name.
no,
No,
you
no,
have a
no. You
name.
got
It's
you got a
I think
name that was given to you,
your
but
your
it
your
wasn't.
mindset on that one is you don't have a culture attached to that name.
That's what
Shit,
I
we gotta
mean.
make
Thank
one.
you.
We gotta make one. You feel me? It's
And that's
never
where
too
I
late.
believe you have to at one point understand, okay, as for my ancestors of being brought over to this particular country, it does take some type of obligation that I need to understand. I do want to go back and trace and understand what part of Africa is my heritage come from. But
Yeah.
then it also comes up to now. Am I going to actually do more? Am I going to go back to that country? Am I going to support? Am I going to, what I'm going to do from that particular point?
And
Am I going to support where I'm at now? Am I going to support my surroundings to make other people of my tribe or community or culture better? It's
I
again,
say you start now. You start now with your legacy. Like right now, as you can
yep,
remember right now, you feel me? Cause like now you kind of got like what they call this shit? Like the resources and everything to even set a legacy. You feel me? Like you could write a book. You feel me? Like I mean like you could write your name down, write your grandparents' name down, and if your grandparents still alive, write their grandparents' name down. You feel me? So that way,
Hmm.
just in case, you know what I'm saying, your people can actually look back and see where their timeline is. Cause right now I know a few black people who actually keep up with that, but majority of them don't. That's why I said I don't think black people really acknowledge their name, even if it's given to them or taken.
Oh
well,
yeah.
I think that keep we don't keep journals.
Hmm.
We try to keep a photographical archive of our family, but for the most part, is we don't try to archive our history and legacy, et cetera, to leave it for our grandkids or our kids. And
Hmm.
I also know that a lot of us didn't come here as slaves. It was some free people. Maybe they
Yeah.
willingly changed their name from maybe an African name or whatever it was to fit in or something like that. But um, some of the Harvard black scholars have, like, what's his name, Henry Louis Gates, Finding Their Roots. When he goes over a lot of these black celebrities, you'll be, some of them, he was like, you came, your family was free, you were never slaves, you know. And
Hmm.
Yeah, you know the whole world. You
so
know they were black slave owners too.
yeah.
Yeah. See, my thing is, as far as us caring about a legacy and and teaching our children to be different in that aspect, that all has to come with pride. And I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of us don't have pride in ourselves. You see what I'm saying?
No,
Like I can remember growing up and my mama be like, everything you do when you leave out this house is a reflection of me. Don't make me look bad. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And like kids nowadays, they don't hear that type of shit.
It's
You know what I'm
because they
saying?
jacked up.
Exactly. Now don't get me wrong. I understand 2020 times have changed since the 80s and the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Parents gotta work. I get that. But I also feel like you gotta make time to put the right shit in your kids and not expect the world to get them the right shit.
man, them they lazy now. People, my parents lazy as fuck now. You feel me? Like I just said, my dad rather give a little child, a goddamn tablet or a phone, put it on YouTube, and let them listen to some damn hip hop Harry or whatever the hell it is now. Yeah, I remember back in the day. Remember we used to teach our kids. You feel me? A B C. Now the damn computer is teaching your kid. You feel me? Like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
damn social media. Like now kids 13. Like did you see the 13-year-old who the police shot? They shot him because he had a gun and he said that he shot and killed 3 people. You feel me? He
Mm,
13. Police shot him. They just shot his ass today. So I mean, back in the days, you never heard of no shit like that. The
facts.
reason that the reason that all this shit is going on now is because I hate to bring up race and all this shit all the time, but shit, black people really the smartest ones, but we the dumbest ones. You feel me? We the strongest race, we smart as hell, but we dumb at the same fucking time. Like white people stick together. You feel like I guarantee you could put 1,000 white people in a fucking gym, they ain't gonna argue. You feel me? You put a black person, you put 1,000 black people out, it's gonna be a fight.
Right.
So I mean, shit, who the fuck gonna respect the black person if we don't respect ourselves, like you said? So shit,
That's what it all come down to, man. Power power is gained
But
in
that
influence.
is that how? Because I'm not a male, so is that how men think? Like you have to have a reason to respect your fellow man in a competitive situation. Like, why should I respect you if you don't have no, for
see,
instance, sports? Why should I
see that.
respect you if you can't even play basketball? Right?
I know. See, that's what I'm saying right there. See, man, it's like a brainwasher tool a little bit. You feel me? Like certain people, like I know homeboy who in jail right now because they try to become something because of what other people was doing. You feel me? Like it's like instead of bringing each other up, we'll rather man tear each other down. You feel me? Like look at our music. You feel me? Ain't no more R&B. People don't even like R&B no more. They call the R&B singers soft. You feel me? They bitches, hoes, and all
Right.
that. And now
Facts.
if you think about it, we over here praising the rappers and all this shit. We saying free, man, free motherfuckers who done killed people. You feel me? We
Yeah.
not looking at the other
Hmm.
people's family. We not looking at the dead family. You hear me? We only looking from the damn celebrity perspective. Oh, free Kodak, free
Because
Shiesty, free all them folks.
but see,
So
you
we
gotta
damn
remember though, that's going back to taking accountability. Having to take accountability for you perpetuating this bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And that mirror is undefeated every time. That's why people won't look in it. You can sit up here and say free all these motherfuckers. Okay, I get a perfect example. I don't mean to really go to him. R. Kelly, right? R. Kelly. Everybody wants to freak out about R. Kelly now, right? Oh, he needs to be canceled and he's a fucking scumbag. R. Kelly been a scumbag for the last 20 some years. Why is it
Right, since the
now?
90s.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? What is it now? Just like I was telling one of my friends, and she got so pissed off at me because I was like, technically, R. Kelly's in jail for nothing because they tried to pull a whole expose and everything about what he did, but all the girls are of legal age now. Is he a scumbag? Absolutely, but this is you trying to get him for some shit that he did back then, but y'all accepted all this shit back then. So
How
so
many was?
so
How many of
what
his
is the
victims?
grievance? You said
Shit,
what?
none of his. How many of his victims were white, like white girls?
None. None.
Exactly. All right. So the black people, they knew. Come on now, black person know what the fuck they child getting messed with. All the thing they did, he paid their ass off. That's what the fuck it was right there. He
Oh
just
yeah,
paid
when
their.
the money ran out, it was a problem.
Yeah. Or he did something that the white people didn't like. You feel me? Like the higher ups or some shit. And now they did bringing it to light. But once they brought it to social media, where the black people be at, where they believe every damn thing, social media, shit.
Bro,
Hey, that's what
I'm
they
gonna keep
counsel.
it a whole I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you, bro. The white people don't give a fuck about R. Kelly. They is
They
not
really
thinking about that nigga. I'm just keeping it a bean with you. It's not. It's us wanting to
He was
roar
just
and
a
rally
distraction.
about some shit. Exactly.
like the
That's
baby.
all.
Yeah.
It's a sleight of hand. Let me put this in your face so you can't see the shit I'm doing on the back end. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
They don't even listen to R. Kelly.
I know.
Nobody give a fuck about no R. Kelly,
They
bro.
kids don't listen to R. Kelly. You know why Tupac became a problem? Because the fucking white kids was listening to Tupac. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, we got to do something about this. Or when the white kids were listening to NWA, now we got the Reagans talking about stop this type of music and the whole parental advisory era. But that's because the little white kids out there was listening to the same shit we was listening to. Ain't nobody thinking about R. Kelly. R. Kelly ain't nobody martyr, none of that. He a scumbag, but he a scumbag that people been letting be a
Damn.
scumbag this whole time.
I just
So,
think, man.
so Rita,
Huh?
let me ask you: do you see, like, what in the flow of everything where we're going with it? Do you see, like, as far as feminism being a problem and adding on to this whole PC thing, as far as making things extra sensitive or bad?
Feminism being a problem with being PC.
Yeah, just in general, if women are in that category in the sense that you can't say anything bad about women. You can't be, you know,
Uh-oh.
blunt, honest, and getting special attention all around. What you think?
Well, I'm trying to figure what can't you. I mean, for instance, give an example because I don't know. Maybe I'm out of the loop. I don't know what's going on with current events and
Okay. For
Ooh,
example.
ooh. Okay, I wait.
I, go ahead, Sean.
Ooh, I was finna say we can't talk about women's sizes. We can't ask women to
Yep,
what they
body
bring to the
shaming.
table.
Yep.
We can't ask for women to be able to be self sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
It's a list. Now I'm not saying that's all women though, because I'm not here to bash women at all. But what I'm saying is, it's a lot of things that I've seen that we can do to men that it's not happening for women.
So the fuck,
I
man.
think I can answer that in a little different way, and I will play devil's advocate, try my best.
Go ahead.
I think that comes from years and years and years of understanding the higher patriarchy of men being on top and women being underneath. And there is a portion of what we actually talked about of female toxicity. I completely understand that it's toxic. It needs to be thrown away. I'm fine with. But there's also the fragile ego of us as men as well. That there are men in this world who actually take it back to what we was talking about for Hillary Clinton. There were more people. If you think of the context this way, there was more people that was understood to say, "Hey, he's a nigger, but I'll vote for him." With Barack Obama, than she's a female. I want her as president. Using just the same thing of race and gender. People looked at her, and again, horrible candidate, but they looked at her and said, she's a female. I don't want her as my lead, but we're
For
comfortable
sure.
with saying, I want somebody that I don't like still as a black man as my leader. They was
Oh
able
yeah.
to, or there's more sexism than racism, and there's a class from it. There are certain things that men do that are understandable would need to change. The quote unquote locker room talk and understanding if I can say anything I want with anybody's feelings not being a part of it. That goes back and forth. It depends on what you say, how you say it, when you say it. Context is everything on that one. But then there's also a side of toxicity of you saying hey to a woman and she just screaming out rape.
Yeah, but
That
see,
has happened.
that's the thing though, Blaze. It's like you say that for the men, but you know, and women are allowed to say whatever the fuck they want, where they want, and with no consequence.
Again,
Facts.
higher patriarchy for years of doing that. If you're saying that women
Yeah,
can say,
I think it's like a revenge type thing going on right
Exactly.
now because
Now,
of it was a suffrage movement going on in the
but
past. I mean, and there were very defined roles all the way. I'm going to say all the way up to the 80s, and then now we have the 90s, the 2000s. We saw this ice, and because that's when I was born in the late 70s, but um grew up to see defined roles during that time. So they say the feminist movement existed before that, but how can I talk about something that I didn't get to experience? But from my perspective, I think that this came about in the 1990s, the 2000s, where we're seeing this 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 anger. In my opinion, I think it's like an anger and a bitterness of years of oppression, and plus women are used to men leading, and we're supposed to be submissive and humble ourselves, and we're supposed to do all these things. I mean, like we have 800 hats we gotta wear.
I
I
like,
don't have children, you know
I
what I'm saying? But for the most part, women are expected to do a lot of things, and men, in my opinion, are just expected to work and pay some bills.
no, I agree with you, Rita. And I know Funk can get in on this because he talked about this a lot. But it's especially when I say like I bring up the feminist movement in a sense is like how that affected us, our black people, especially black women, to where a lot of this stuff, like you named, like we weren't going through that.
I was just gonna say that because I was like, I feel like black men pay the most for the patriarchy or whatever that was created, and we had the least amount to do with it. Everything that we learned from our white male counterparts, but we were always family oriented. We always treated our women with high regards and high respect out the gate. But now it's like when women say, when I feel like when black women get on the internet or social media and they're like protect black women, we've always tried to protect y'all. But you'll let any and everybody smear our name in the mud, and we just supposed to take it.
Yeah.
So now when we don't say anything, or
Including
we
her,
not
including the black woman.
Yeah.
exactly,
Black
so
woman
now
even talking about the black man.
when we don't say nothing or we don't defend you, then it's like, see, this is what I'm saying. Y'all don't never defend us. But it's like you'll let anybody disrespect us, but you want us to give that same respect. Oh no, that's our black queen, our lady. Treat her with respect. And I have the utmost love for my black women, but I feel like we're stuck in a situation where it's okay to see us suffer as long as you guys don't have to suffer. And I don't mean you guys. I'm speaking the group as a whole, not
I
anybody
know,
individually. But
I know, yeah.
that's just how the situation start to look now. Because I even had the conversation with my wife, and she was like, "I can't believe that you would be okay with going back to the Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion thing. How you gonna just believe him and jump on his side and take his side?" And I was like, it's not about jumping anybody's side, but I haven't had any evidence to condemn this man. Whereas everybody else out here already done said this nigga ain't shit and he a fucking this and he a fucking that. You see what I'm saying? But we here to praise this woman and say, "Oh, thank you for being strong." When for all we know, bitch, you lying because you were starting to fall off and now you trying to be more relevant. But men, we
Because
always
it's
have to take
always
that.
it takes two people to act a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Usually it's two tangoing.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And I know
That's why I just
women,
try to get the
I
the
know
the whole story.
especially black women can have a foul mouth, a disrespectful mouth, to the point that I'm looking at you like you should get your ass whooped right here in this restaurant with your
Man,
foul ass. You know what I'm saying? I've heard it. Like, why are you even here with her still? Like, you should leave her in the dust.
I wish I had an organ right now.
Like, pour a
man.
drink over her weave or something.
So, Savage know a little bit about me. I used to be a K9 officer, and we used to do patrols on the trains in Chicago, and that was just part of our routine. And literally, the women were the most vulgar and disrespectful of all. I'm talking about it's women that have called me everything but a child of God. You know what I'm saying? Everything but my birth name. Whereas with guys, like they've tried to go, but then it's like they understood like, all right, this can't go no further. I'm losing in this battle. Whereas I've met some women that because they are women and they know that men are not supposed to put their hands on them, they have traveled all the way across that line. Like this, the foulness is next level. And so I feel
Hmm.
like they know that it's lines that we can't cross. So it gives them the ammo to be more foul.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I seen that a lot. That's a whole thing as far as certain women, certain class of women, they think they can just do whatever, not even just to men, but to each other. And they just it's no
Oh yeah.
consequence. Like they can act a fool in the restaurant, they can fuck, what I'm saying, throw stuff around, shout. If let us as men, let us try something like that. Oh
A
man.
police call getting called on y'all.
Exactly. If we
Oh
raise
yeah.
our voice and listen, our food wrong, we raise our voice. Police getting called. Like
So this actually goes back to what we was saying before. The for when we was talking about for white people and the dynamic of thinking for them, the number one. Well, we were saying that we are some of the smartest, but yet the dumbest. It's because we're also the most feared.
Mm-hmm.
We're most feared because we're able to be the equal to any higher power that it would be, even though the numbers wise we would be outnumbered. Like I just call it like it is, 13% versus everything else.
Facts.
But for the jump for black men, they're able to do from education to social norms to leading in culture to actually shaping culture. Let's just say we made the foundation and up. We were the ones that a lot of higher end white people feared, that were able
Mm-hmm.
to make that social norm and actually accept from there. So from that, yes, of course, they're going to look at you as the enemy. They're going to look at you as the number one to take out, and then others.
Did
I
I
mean,
miss some?
we've already had issues when it came to drugs and pushing drugs into black communities to only target
Facts.
men. We've had, I mean, it's through the years, there's been a number of studies from World War I, World War II, to almost every single particular war we've been a part of experimenting with the black body or with the black male body. Then it started under trying to do things with black women, which push a different movement as well. I mean, it has a full laundry list of the reasons why there's a
Oh
fear
yeah.
for a black man, and that's the
I
reason why I was like, it's able. We're able to overcome from there, but the biggest one to go back what we was talking about is to understand and establish that culture, because like
mm-hmm.
as this black male has been out of the country, when you go to another country and you carry your same skin, you're treated differently, and
Yeah.
it's a completely different feeling. And depending on where you go, if you go to Europe, you're going to be treated one way. If you go to Asia, of any Asian culture, you're going to be treated another way. If you go to England or anywhere else off that one, you have a different way. But if you go to Africa, it's even more different, because then you're not as your black skin, you're from your location. You're Americanized. So you're
Mm-hmm.
looked down upon as being Americanized instead of looking at as you're African American or African descent raised in America. It's it's a once you start understanding how to beat the social norms and social constructs, then we'll start able to, I guess, fend better for ourselves to actually move up in society for everybody.
See, but I think the only way that that can happen is we got to get back to the old shit. Because this new millennial or new millennium way of thinking, that's not working for us. Black
Well,
people were at their best when we were self-sufficient, when we had our own and we did for each other when the families were together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
well,
But
that's
we
why I
let
wanted to come
society.
in. Can
Oh, I'm
y'all hear
sorry.
me?
What's that?
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
Mimi.
Hey, what's going
That's
Hey,
my fiance.
Hi,
What's
fiance
going on?
girl.
hey, y'all. I was
on?
just listening to it, and I just wanted to chime in on the feminist. I just couldn't help myself about the feminist movement and the way things were before. The reason why I think women have taken the power, some have taken it a little too far and they ran with it, but the power was needed because back in the day, things wasn't as great either. I wouldn't say they're better
Okay.
now, but they wasn't great back in the day either. And I say that because a lot of the time women couldn't do nothing because the man was the provider of the house. So they took whatever shit that came with that aspect of living that life. They
Yep.
couldn't do nothing. They was getting beat on, whatever the case. They had to be quiet. They couldn't do anything because they couldn't make no money. They couldn't go get a
Yep.
job. They had to take care of the kids. That's what their primary position was. And the men at the time, black, white, whatever, they had the somewhat of the power because they was the ones that was out there working. Now,
See,
when women started working, now it's like, okay, well, now we don't have to we don't have to deal with everything that we're doing because let's be real. Back in the day, the dudes, even though the women was at home and doing everything that they wanted to do, like what these new age men want the women to do, like stay home, cook and clean, and don't work. They was out there having babies with KK down the street.
Yep.
Like
They're
they
living
just
them
couldn't go
double
too far.
lives.
They just couldn't
now
go too far. They had to just walk. But they were still out there walking and cheating. They were still out there leaving the house. They all went at home. But
I I agree, but to an extent I disagree. Because I feel like although like I totally agree the times back then weren't better for us, but our structure then we always still gave our women that importance. If you really look back then, okay, outside of the infidelity, because that did happen a lot, and I don't have an answer for that because it was what it was and it wasn't
They
right.
was just They were just unfaithful with other black women.
Right. But as far as the regards that we held with our women, we didn't treat our women well. At least I can say from like talking to my grandfathers and stuff, we never disrespected our women, and our women held more
No.
value and more control than being the matriarch of the family. That's why when you look at stuff back in like let's say the 90s or the 80s, when we all go in the big mama house or we got to go see grandma so and so because women had that type of value and they've always had that type of value. I
well,
feel like I feel like the government and society demonize women towards black men, and we put us at odds with each other.
I could agree with that. But I also have to ask, what do you mean by disrespect? Because if I'm back in the day, back in the 60s, let's just say the 60s, if I want to have an opinion on, let's say, oh, the stocks, I don't even know if stocks were that back, but if I just wanted to have an opinion, the woman's opinion didn't even matter. And it might not seem like disrespect then, but it's like, ha ha ha, listen to her talking. Like, she can't talk. She don't know nothing.
But
That
I
was
Well,
don't I
disrespect.
don't feel like our women got that much. I feel
yeah,
like
that's what I was
white
about to say.
women got
That was
that
white women.
way more. Right, white women got that. We always came
I
to our women for stuff.
I think
Hell,
what
if
you
you want to
actually
be
meant
honest,
to say was, I think, let me make sure I understand on this one when you said for the disrespect wise. I don't believe off back in the day, black women had the understanding and feeling like they even had the right to say, oh, wait, You're hitting on me. That's incorrect. I can leave. Off
Okay.
that time was more, I feel like I have to be around and make things work, even though he cheated on me one time, two times, five times, doesn't matter. I feel like I can make it work. And then them stopping that, be like, you know what, I don't need to go over there, I don't need to mess with this other girl, I'm gonna stay at the home. And yes, you are right. There was a government shift, not only just from World War II of understanding from that point, from women being in the society a little bit more with working, but there was a social shift to say, hey, target black men to disrupt black homes.
Mm-hmm.
Crime rate went up for miscellaneous things to make sure
And
black men could
it
be in
was
the jail more often.
unemployment. Yeah.
Yeah,
Government assistance,
everything.
the whole
Everything was
nine.
literally targeted to say, take him out the equation, and you're going to break the family.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
So
That's how you break the family.
So there was an agreement and disagreement, but I was like, y'all both said the same exact thing to come to the same conclusion. Yeah, it's still a target for that one, and there was still a target for still a black woman. There is a target, but it wasn't as abrupt as the government saying, "I want the black man out," than everybody else in society saying, black women,
Brandon,
just a nigger."
What target on the black one? You mean today?
No, I didn't say that. I said back then.
Oh, okay.
The only target for black women now is trying to understand and balance the independence and understanding for dependence for back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That you can't be a modern woman but want a traditional man.
I'm glad you said that. Oh my God.
I think women today. I think women today though just really wanna. They just going through PTSD. I can't get it out. PTSD.
You talking about PBS?
Right. I'm trying to get that PPE.
I was going along with you too, because I was like, yeah, PSTD.
She thinking about
PSTD. You know what I'm
look, look at they stick together no matter what. That's what I'm talking about, man. Men gotta
That's
start
how
doing
it's
that.
supposed to be.
Right. PTSD, because a lot of us have been hurt and scarred by black men, unfortunately, and we just put that. Unfortunately, I don't know why we do that, because honestly, I'm just gonna speak for my own self. I've only dated 3 other guys besides my fiance.
3?
I can't. Shut up, Brandon. I can't sit here and say, "Oh, niggas ain't shit." I only dated 3. I don't know what all of them. I ain't had all of them to know that. But they put that hurt on there, and vice versa too. If a black woman hurts a black man, some of them do try to bring them down because of that hurt. It's all about hurt. I feel like it's like a unwritten, unresolved hurt that I think the black community have, right? That the black community, black women to black men.
I think I agree. I definitely believe it's a lot of hurt, and I think some of it it's turned into a lot of hate now. It's like, stuff is kind of bad between black men and black women.
Do you think it's more hate towards out, or do you think it's more hate towards in?
What do you mean by that?
Do you think it's, let's take for that black woman saying niggas ain't shit? Is it more self of understanding? Because I said it's actually starting to become a lack of tolerance, because I've already seen, especially with my female friends, they get cheated on by one black man. All niggas ain't shit. I'm going over to a white man, or I'm going over to be a lesbian off of one.
Well, okay. I have to jump in, Savage Man. I am currently engaged to a Caucasian male. I dated when I say that I've dated, dating to me is an act of getting to know somebody, not necessarily sleeping with them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through a stint of being single, and I dated a lot. I can say I probably was a what they call a chronic dater,
serial dater.
Yeah, serial dater. And I could eliminate a dude in 1 week, and people and I never brought any of them around my family because I was not in a relationship with them. So I was serial dater, didn't have sex with them, didn't bring them around my family. It was strictly getting to know each other. And I'm going to say I went through a lot of dudes, and I exclusively have dated black men the majority of my life. Okay. But during this times of seeing what's out there, I'm going to say in 2021, if you are in a relationship and it's a good one, you better stick with it and hold on to it because the dating game is fucked up. It
The
is so
tolerance level.
many toxic people, man and female,
Facts.
Yeah.
and you can go through the list and meet figure out why people come to these conclusions that this race ain't shit and this race ain't shit and this is not the type of person to date. Even other people from other cultures see
Mm-hmm.
some kind of dysfunction that's going on and they ain't even in relationships with us. You know, and I think that is a wake up call for us. We got to get it together. We got to do better. I don't say it, can't say that I have the solutions to all the problems. And I didn't go to, I never even planned on dating out of my race. But this is the guy who stepped up. You know what I'm saying? He stepped up to the plate. It was no games being played. And it was just
See,
straight 100, you know?
but I can
That is
respect
why
that.
I chose him. He came up asking me like what I need, you know? He's it's never been I never felt insecure. He claimed me. It was no I got 800 hoes that I'm trying to talk to or that I'm messing with me. You
Wait a
know,
minute. If somebody come up to you
you
and say,
better
"I got
get your
800 hoes,"
But
well,
see, but see, before
I'm
we,
just making it
he needs
short.
to go.
He was
but
just real
before
and
we,
claiming I met his parents. It was not like it was just totally different. And it was something that I could feel comfortable with and it made me comfortable and yes, I feel like we just gravitated towards each other. But
Look
it
at
was
Rita
something
talking.
that
but
I was
see,
Her heart
missing.
is open. I love this. She talking
It
about
was
love. I
something
love it.
that was missing when I was in this dating game, being a serial dater. It's like you could talk to somebody on like just the mindset, the conversation. It's like they don't. I can't just put a label on specifically what it was, but it was a lot of things that I just didn't. Just I was independent. You know, it was nothing like I needed anybody for something, whatever. But it was just it's hard to explain. But
Yeah.
but see, I could
people get
respect that
angry
though.
at me and they try to make it like, oh, you hate your brothers and sisters, and or you hate the black man and all this other stuff. And I lost my black card for this, you
No, you
know.
didn't. No, you
And
didn't.
so
That's ignorance.
and
See,
I had tried to explain it like, can you see where I'm coming from? I dated. It was not my intention. I didn't go seeking him out because he was white.
Hmm.
You know, and I dated black men the majority of my life. So what I'm supposed to do, sit here and be a skeleton, you know what I'm saying, before
That's
somebody
just other people putting
snatch
their
me up?
insecurities on you.
that's it.
Okay, so I just
Because
wanted to say that because it is the
the one
dating
thing
game
I
is rough
respect,
right now.
the one thing I respect about what you did was you said, okay, I found this man. He happens to be a white man, but it wasn't at the expense of black men. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
A lot of times what happens, and guys, we don't really trip about this. But when a lot of black women find a white man, it's like, oh yeah, because niggas ain't shit. I had to leave. I had to get out of that. Fuck that. Whereas if a black man goes and gets a black woman, we always get hit with the how you gonna leave sisters and go get with that white woman
Yeah,
and da da
I
da
do
da. Da.
agree with
exactly.
that. I
Yep,
do
that's
agree
what
with
I
that.
get.
And I don't understand that dynamic because why do we root for them to be if we want to go to the because a lot of the times they go to like that slavery kind of mentality, like oh they're the traders, they the ones that owned you, right?
Right.
But the white man was the main one that did it.
Hmm.
There you go.
They the main ones that was did it. Now I will say to argue what I just said because I'm not in no I just hear from other people, but they say that the white man, I guess, I don't know, maybe it's like guilt, but they want to treat a black woman so good. You also have that. They want to show that they're like my forefathers was wrong about y'all, and y'all are dope. Like I don't know what's wrong with everybody else, but y'all dope. And you do have some men who really like worship. It's a fetish, actually. They have a
Oh yeah,
fetish, just like white women have a fetish about black men.
Let me
yeah.
tell y'all. Listen, I know you go on Facebook and I can give y'all the links. Like it's whole swirl groups. They call it the swirl movement with black women trying to get white boys.
Yep, I've seen that too.
And it's like for me personally, when I seen it, I seen people who I know, especially like the quote unquote pro black people, liking this
Yeah,
page. It was like wow.
yeah.
So it's crazy.
I think one of the reasons that it is though, and I just recently noticed this when I was watching a YouTube, and she brought up the well, it's not really a cliche, but a lot of these times movies and TV shows, they have like this save the black man, like you have to wait for the black man to get to his full potential before he's able to fully blossom. So it's like you have to cater to black men, and Tyler Perry does this a lot
Oh
in
my
his shows
god,
and
I can't
stuff.
stand him.
Well, I'm just
I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to bring up
Uh,
I'm not trying to bring up no PSB,
All right.
TSBT.
Right, no
I'm not
PB
doing
and
none of
J.
that. I'm just saying that
him, him,
it's a thing now. It's like a trope, and I didn't even notice that is a trope. That if it's a black man that he needs to be catered to, you have to wait for him. You have to be patient for him to blossom into his full potential. Like he's not already there. You have to wait and nurture a black man to his full potential. And I think a lot
mm-hmm.
of women feel that way as of today. Like, and it could be a full circle because it could be because of what society puts black men through, that mothers cater and love on them differently than they do girls. Because society wise, you gonna go out there and realize don't nobody love you but me, pretty much. Your mom is gonna cater to you, love you, spoil you. So when it's
Mm.
but when you, I mean, generally, not every mom,
yeah,
some
there
moms
we
out
go.
there
Okay.
ain't shit. But
Okay.
I'm just saying, in general, I feel like the black man feels like they have to be more catered to because they have to fight against society. So they don't want to fight when they get in a relationship, or I don't know, I guess fight
That
for the things
that
that
is
could make them
absolutely
better.
true. Now, I I agree. So this okay. So being a black man from a single mother, being raised that way, I've seen a lot, and everything I learned about how to be a man, I had to learn on my own through trial and error. Because single mothers, we can't learn what it's like to be a man in the world from a woman. It's just not
Right.
gonna happen.
Did we have this conversation?
Yeah, just like we had it about the feminist movement too.
Okay. I
Um,
was just about to say something. I was like, wait, I feel like I'm repeating myself.
so like what I've learned is because now I have two boys. So what I've learned is I have to teach my boys what it means to be a black man in this world, a black man in America, the world, period. And I've noticed that my wife coddles them more. And it's like you can't hold their hand for everything. But now I'm forced to look back and be like, my mother held my hand a lot, and that's why I wasn't prepared for a lot. So that's why it ends up in that, oh well, we gotta let them mature and let them blossom because from birth we don't really get anything. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go through anything because mama always there to save us. So we don't learn that resilience. But it's being out here, black men especially, that have that resilience and we used to being beat by everything. That's why I was saying, like most men, we don't want to fight in a relationship. That men in general will do whatever it takes to not have to come home and argue. That's why you get so many men that is like, you know what, all right, babe, fuck it. Knowing they don't, it could be, hey, can you go to the store with me? Knowing you don't want to go to the store, though, you just work 16 hours. But you know, if you say you're not gonna go to the store with her, it's gonna be an argument. So it's all about finding peace and being able to balance the two. I'm not looking for nobody to
Right.
coddle me or hold my hand, but I am looking for somebody to understand that I go through more than what you see on the surface, and kind of understand that without being my mama, if that make any sense. So that's why I say I kind of get what it say, like you gotta kind of work with me, but at the same time, I'm not telling you to wait around and pacify a man either, because he only got one mother. He shouldn't be looking for another one, you know.
I'm walking with you on that one.
Yeah. But on another note, why do guys guys who date white women, they always say like black women aren't freaky enough? I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from.
I don't know. I think, see, that's the thing.
Hey,
You know what though? I can answer that.
I can
Let me
answer
say,
that one.
I can answer that. 'Cause
I think that's a problem in itself. I think it's a certain type of people who put a lot of just misrepresentations of people out, who just, even if they date outside their race, they come and say outlandish shit. So, because I hear a whole bunch of stuff, and I'd be like, where is this coming from? And who is the people who saying this crap?
right.
But you have to understand it's true. And the reason being is because they have had outlandish practices. They're promiscuous
Mm-hmm.
earlier. Look, I was a virgin going into the army. And when I met, because I never was raised to be prejudiced, I was raised to know my history, but I was never that discrimination and white people this and all that never was taught in my household. So I go into the military and I'm meeting young girls my age. No, I went to the military at 18. I had people that were talking about stuff sexually that was more advanced than I was at 18. We're talking about, I had friends of all races, and they were looking at me like I was a freaking square because I was not promiscuous. I wasn't doing some of the things that they were doing. And I mean, it's just they have a lot of practices of black folks coddle their children for the
Mm-hmm.
most part. You can't be fast out here running up and down the street. You better be home when the street lights came on, all this other stuff. Um, Maybe there was sexual things. We was skipping school, doing things, but it was
Yeah.
not. We wasn't advanced like that at a young age. We wasn't doing all this anal stuff and what kid is introduced to teenage person is introduced to toys? I mean, they were talking about advanced sexually before. Uh, I mean, at a young age compared to young black girls, they
Yeah.
expect for us to be whores at 18. Well, I went for my first GYN appointment to get into the military at 18, and the doctor was actually floored that I was a virgin. He expected for my vagina to be ranch, right? What they call just nasty. It was a bunch of
Arby's meat.
it was a
That's
bunch
fucked
of
up.
stigmas. I had a whole hymen, that wasn't broken. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I know? I didn't even know what he was finna do. He's talking about sticking this big old scalpel up my stuff, and I was in fear. Like, you putting this big old thing?
Oh
It was
yeah.
just, but
That comes from
I was
societal
just shocked
pressures.
the expectations that they had of me, like I was some kind of whore at 18. So compared to our white counterparts, and to me, this is just facts. We are not as advanced sexually at a young age. Maybe once we get older, we get into some things. We still have our little stigmas of what we won't do. You
This
can go on the internet and find all kinds of deviant shit, but you don't see a bunch of brown faces
Fact.
in this deviant
Cause,
shit.
cause I was gonna say, like, I
So yeah,
played I played ball in college, and like I went to Mississippi State. So like it was a lot of white people there, but it was also brown people there too. And like I've been with white women, and like they willing to try shit and throw shit at you just out of nowhere. Shit that you
yeah,
wouldn't even think about, because like she said, we've never grown up thinking about stuff like that. Shit, I was so hot once I got to college, because my mom didn't let me have a girlfriend until I was 18. And I'm like, I'm out the house now. What you mean it's okay now? You know what I'm saying? So once I got to college and I was playing ball and I started getting that attention, it was like,
hmm
oh. And then now I'm like, I'm getting it from white women. Mind you, I went to a predominantly black high school, so I didn't see white women because they wasn't on the south side of Chicago. So now it's like, damn, even white women throwing it at me, I'm just finna get everything. And you'll see like the white women, it's like, oh my God, you play football, I'm willing to do whatever. You could put it wherever. Like, whoa, for real? Wherever I want. And it was like, yeah. But then you'll get with that black girl, she's like, I don't know what the fuck you think this is. Well, Bethany said I could put it wherever I want to. I don't give a fuck who Bethany is. Oh, okay, all right, shit, my bad. I went too far.
We're
Overstepped.
even
I'm sorry.
talking about like burning each other with irons. We're talking about spitting people from lips of orifices and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, you take the crown for that shit. I mean,
Man, listen, I had a white girl
you
ask
take
me
the
to pee
crown.
on her.
What you say?
I had a white girl. What did I say? I peed
Yes,
on
what
her.
did you say?
What did you say to
I
that?
peed on her. I'm just keeping
He was
it.
like, all right, shit.
Look,
you want it?
Right.
I'm just.
I mean,
I'm
I
just
did
keeping
it,
it
right?
a buck. It was so like shocking for her to ask. It was like, well, shit, I ain't never peed on nobody before. Let me see, maybe I'm into it. Nah, I mean, it's not really my thing, but here you go. Like it was one of those kind of situations. But like, yeah, I peed on the shit. And I was like, it was weird. I was like, this what dogs do the shit. Like, do you see yourself as like an animal or something? Like am I marking my territory? Like I had a whole bunch of shit go through my brain, but I still did it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I don't think I would ever get in a situation where a woman has ever asked me to pee on her before. Ever
Torture,
again.
sex. I'm
All
gonna
type of stuff.
beat your ass and put you in a cage and make you beg for all types of crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, choke me, smack me. I never played those games with the opposite
Oh,
sex
yeah.
because I didn't see too many movies, and you're not gonna get me caught up like that. You'd be talking about the sex, and then next it'd be what was the movie with Idris Elba and the three girls? Whatever
Daddy's
that was,
Little
the Tyler
Girls.
Perry. Yeah, it'd be Tyler Perry movie. Now I'm working as a mechanic because you can fuck my whole life up. Nah, I'm good. Nah, baby, I can't hit you. I get you might like that, but nah, I'm alright. You know what I'm saying? But like they danced. Ooh. Now don't get
It's
me
all
wrong,
on the public internet for you to see.
Yeah, I've met some freaky black girls too. Now I'm not saying that we don't have black girls that's out there like that, but it was really shocking when I first started really like dealing with white women. I was like, oh, like y'all got lines that I didn't think people crossed.
Yeah, because I was just about to cut in on that one. I was like, yeah, it's some definitely some freaky black girls.
Oh yeah,
because I've had some stuff done because that's all I've dated pretty much. I've only pretty much dated like or kind of messed around more slow with one white girl. And so all the stuff outlandish stuff that happened to me happened with a black woman. So
I'm the outlier here. I'm the only
Well,
black
some
guy
people
who hasn't
call
messed with a white
ordinary
woman.
stuff
That's crazy.
freaky though. You know,
facts.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like somebody putting a dog chain on you and
Oh yeah,
in the
no.
cage,
Oh,
and
like chokers and shit.
saying
Like,
I'm gonna burn you and all this other stuff with the
Hold on,
hot
now. Y'all giving
metal.
me ideas. This is not a good picture for me.
I'm just soaking it all in.
I'm about to
Soaking
say, she
it
does
all
get a book
in.
called
Look,
Sex
if
Knock
you
Her Out. I don't
if you
need this
gotta
type in my
hurt
life.
yourself, you should not be doing it. I'm just saying. Little choking here and there, ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you gotta hurt yourself or hurt somebody, you need to find another fetish. That's a
Right.
little rough.
Yeah.
That's how they like it though. It ain't good unless it hurt them, I guess.
Wait a minute. You talk about choking. You just talk about you pissed on somebody and the choking. They need to find a new one.
No, I'm saying choking is fine. I said a little choking here and there is okay. I'm just saying don't do nothing where you like actually hurting. Like if you need to get your ass beat to get a nut off, you need to talk to somebody because that's something psychological.
I mean,
You shouldn't have to
that's
get
a
beat up
whole
to get
fetish
one
over
off.
there as well. Pain.
Do they
It
have
is.
any
Torture.
black women that shoot birds out of their vajayjay?
Yeah. Man, Rita, what you coming
You
across?
said bird,
Well,
like animal
On the dark
bird.
web.
Like Tweety Bird?
yes, a live bird. Let me tell you, I have been around the world, and it's look. Some of them can shoot birds out of their vaginas.
Nigga, that was a show. You don't need
Like
to go
you
to that
ain't
show.
get the bird flew in your vajayjay.
That's just like parts of
Feathers.
Florida.
and
They
shit?
have quote unquote donkey shows on the beach. Again,
Yeah.
these are things you don't go to. You know, but you just be like, yeah, y'all do that.
For birds though,
Yeah. Like
oh
you ain't
man,
get feathers up in your stuff. Like
you
what
could
kind
fit
of
a bird
diseases
down
you
there.
got?
But see, if you can fit a bird down there, I don't want to holler at
Yep,
you.
bottles.
I'm good.
Bottles too.
And then the
Bottles,
bird
buckets,
still be alive.
Yep, alive.
That bird
That
probably
mean,
smothering in there. You like,
that
damn,
mean he got too much space and room. See, I mean, I don't need to holler at you anyway.
That's
What
that's
happens in
what you have to think
Thailand?
about.
Thailand. Go to Thailand if you want your junk felt on
Mm-mm.
every 5 minutes when you walk down the street. The hookers are everywhere.
I'm good because
Thailand, yeah.
I heard in Thailand is men out there that look like women, so I'm okay.
Yep, and they have a high HIV rate.
Yeah, see, mm-mm.
I told you, once you go out the country, it's completely different. I went to Rio de Janeiro, and you look around, and you be like, "Wow, okay, I need to get back to the States."
Yeah, see, mm-mm. I'm okay.
I know you will love it, but then you also got to understand if you love something, there's always going to be something that crosses the line. Especially, like,
Facts.
for example, for me, I used to take my friends to New Orleans, of course, me being from the area, take them to New Orleans to see Mardi Gras. They'd be like, "Oh, she fine," and I just immediately just nudge them, be like, "I don't think
Leave that
you,
alone.
I don't think you know." So it's a lot of women and a lot of men and others. Just
Man,
watch
see,
yourself.
whew,
But they didn't
that
know.
is
So
man.
they didn't know the difference. They didn't know. And unfortunately for one of my friends, he found out.
See, mm-mm.
Mm. Oh man, he found out.
He found out.
He found out the hard way, huh?
He found out the hard way.
Literally.
Literally.
Very literally. And it was one of those, hey, you did it. I'm not going to make fun of you because you probably didn't know because you was drunk. That's fine. I'm still going to make fun of you, though.
Mm.
And to this day, still make fun of him.
It's a
Barely
hard
talk to him.
sale. That people use that I was drunk stuff, but man, listen, you know what's going on.
Oh, he was plastered, but still, it was funny.
Yeah, you know
Because-
what's going on.
Because I respectfully, she knew what she was doing. So that's the reason why it was funny.
That's cold blooded, man. Oh man, I don't know, man. One of us can't leave that room, and I'm sorry if that doesn't fit the mold of how you should have that conversation with people, but I'm personally that person that you can't take away my choices. That don't work for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't take away your
can't-
what?
My choices. That's like
Okay.
the football player in Alabama. He was talking to a chick, got her to the hotel room, put her pants down, penis, and he beat her up, and she ended up dying.
Oh,
And everybody was like, "Oh well, he should get the death penalty," and da da da. And I was like, "Okay, maybe he didn't have to beat him that far, but I understand where the
he
fight
have to
came
kill
from."
him.
yeah. he ain't have
But
to
I
kill
don't
him.
think he intended on killing him. It was a fight, and I think the fight got out of hand. And I'm not advocating for him, but I'm saying in that situation, your whole world has been turned upside down. We don't know
And we
what the hell was
also
going on
have
with
to
that man.
remember that these people are still biological men.
There you
And
go.
I have sat there in front of. I went to what was the store? I think it was called Charlotte Russe at the time. I think it's still out. And there was a transgender person that was he wanted to be a woman or felt like a woman, and he stood in that line. He got into it with one of the biological females, and he told her, these straight words, "I'm still a man. I will whoop your ass." So they still got that testosterone. They still got that strength, and you start whooping on somebody just because they look like a woman, might give you a run for their money. And we don't
Man.
know what happened. Maybe that person defended themselves very well and he felt like he had to protect his life, we like we said, you don't know what happened. It could have been a struggle, and it just got out of hand. Somebody grabbed a knife or a cast iron skillet. Sometimes it ain't intended to kill nobody, but I guess if you
Exactly.
fight for your life,
That's the reason why you'll fight in court on that one. That's the reason why through the story I was like, I don't have a say so from that or yes or no. I don't know what happened. Unfortunately, there's a life that was lost, so one of the two people that was in that room would understand what happened. So
yeah,
I got to fight in the court. If you was shocked that the person you was about to have sex with had a penis, that's one thing. You
But
also
see,
can't use to say that you went through a rage. I mean, you can, but again,
temporary
courts are going to
insanity.
show that. Not,
but
I
see,
mean,
my issue comes because society will tell these transgender people that they shouldn't disclose. And then the first thing they'll say is, well, when you walk up to somebody, do you say, hey, I'm a man or hey, I'm a woman? And it's like, we have to understand, although society's trying to be accepting of everybody, heterosexual dating is still the norm. So if I'm talking to a person that I think is a woman, I'm assuming she's a woman, unless said otherwise.
Right,
Give me the choice to be
right.
like, all right, well, fuck it.
actually,
I'm down
question.
with it or I'm not down with it.
I want to push back on that one because you say heterosexuality is a norm. What about homosexuality? Is that norm?
No,
Well,
no.
it's
It's
becoming the
not
norm.
normal.
Is it
It wasn't.
society
It's
norm
societal.
now?
It's a
It's
politically
societal
correct.
norm, right?
Because I
Society
agree with
wants to
I
be
agree
more
with you. I don't
inclusive.
believe that you need to go up there and be like, "Hey, are you a man or woman?" and start dating. That's true, and I do believe that right now in society, this is not
You're
the type
gonna
of
have to
time.
start doing it.
This is not the type of time where somebody, especially in the transgender community, because again, when it comes to violence against transgender women, men in general, especially black African American transgender rate is a very, very, very violent aspect from them because
Absolutely.
we don't have that type of level of communication. That's understandable. There is a point of manipulation at one point as well, but that's another thing that I can get into as well. That you just want to like, oh, I want to act like I'm this until this moment hits. That's still a problem. That's still conversation that needs to be had. But on the flip side from there, yeah, if it was like in this situation, if this guy really wanted to have sex, saw that she had the same tool that he did, walk the fuck away. Just
Yeah,
leave.
I listen. I look at that like anytime. That's why with that whole community, I believe with particularly with the trans side, they set each other back because you see all these exposed videos and all kinds of stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's
Hmm.
like,
They're one of the hardest to understand because L,
yeah,
G, and B we understood. You're
yeah,
gay, you're this, or you're bi, you're this. Understand. T is what made people say, nah, because there is a psychological aspect, or sorry, mental aspect and a psychological aspect from that one of saying, oh, are you something that you feel that you're not? Great. Are you
Gender
understanding
dysphoria.
that you want to completely get into that particular gender
But
or
what if somebody feels like they're a cat instead of a human?
Me, that's how I feel.
shut up, Nene.
Listen, I had a
Can I go to
conversation.
work and say I'm not working? I'm just gonna curl up on the table today.
Yeah, you can.
They're gonna be like, if you don't get the hell up out of here, and you're fired.
Get
I mean-
the hell out of
I mean, if you think of it this way, A, yeah, they can say that one. But B, if a random cat just came in there, people are going to pet it and then move the fuck away from it. Or
I
do you
had
want
a
to get taken home like
conversation.
other random cats? So if you want to act like a cat, be a cat. Ain't got
I
nothing
had a-
wrong with that. Be a cat. If you want to go and dive in the ocean and be a shark, cool. Do that.
My
That's-
question is,
That's on
if
you.
if we can just identify as anything, then why can't you identify as a toaster? Why
Again,
can't you identify as
can.
a refrigerator?
you can
I'm-
identify.
Right.
You can identify as much as you want, but are you able to now physically change or alter your body to get to exactly what you
I
particularly
think
want
the
to be?
where
That's
the
what for.
where the change is gonna have to be is because a lot of people don't want to accept that before you bet somebody, you're gonna have to have a conversation, period.
Yeah.
Because you never
Facts.
know. Because
But if we not
even
if we
this
not being
person,
straight in the conversation, it don't matter.
well, like there have to be an open
That's the manipulation part I'm talking about.
Nene, what do you think about when there's some trans celebrities who have shamed a straight person for not dating them. They won't date me because
Oh, I
I'm.
love that. I
I
love
And
think
then the
they
that.
some
whole
fucking idiots.
You
Twitter
I'm
can't, you
jumped
glad.
on
can't,
the
you can't make
straight
me what
person.
you are. Just like I can't make you straight, you can't make me gay, or
Yeah,
however whatever the case.
Right. So it's
you
a
If
gotta
whole
understand
movement.
that you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and you gotta keep it
right,
moving.
exactly,
They say
everybody's
that
gonna have to
it's
understand that
discrimination.
because even just for me, as a black woman, I might listen. I like this white dude in high school, and it broke my heart. I ain't never talked to no white dude ever again. Granted, ain't no other white dude ever talked to me, but I like this white dude. His name was Sean. The next day, I saw him with another white girl. He just didn't like black girls. That was fine. You have to learn how to accept that sometimes you're not what that person wants.
Right.
And it might not be because you are trans. Maybe you toxic. Maybe I don't like
Hmm.
that you smack me around. Maybe I
Right.
just don't like that you get drunk. Like
Or
it
Or
might
maybe
not
it's
maybe
have
I
because you
just
have a
don't like
penis.
that you got a dick. Right? I don't
Exactly.
know.
I mean, it can
Exactly.
or
still be
that
that too.
too.
Like,
Or that too. But
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes it's not all about your sexuality. Sometimes you're just not a good person. Just because you're trans don't automatically make you a good person. You
I
Yeah.
feel
still a
like
person.
I
Yeah,
feel
I
Right.
like
think
when you start dating people now, you're gonna have to start asking for baby pictures.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
See,
the only way you're gonna be able to be safe. That's why I'm
yeah,
glad I'm married. I swear
I
to
don't
God,
I
I'm not trying to be out here.
yeah, because that whole I think that is definitely manipulation and like when they use that whole, right to disclose things, it's like I mean, we all have to do it. If you're dating somebody in a straight situation and they have one of them is HIV positive, you should
I was
disclose that.
just gonna say that.
I
Right.
agree.
Exactly.
No, no,
You
no.
definitely
Not
should
you
disclose it.
should disclose it. You are legally
there is a
obligated to
whole
disclose
Yeah.
movement
it.
of
It's
people
not
that's
should
stating that
anymore.
they don't want to disclose any sexual transmitted disease right now, and it's actually still going very strong right now. And I was like,
No, you
that's
gotta
you're putting
disclose that
somebody
shit.
else's life into this.
Exactly.
Like that is a conversation you need to have with them.
Now,
Now,
this is why it's never going to go into full effect because we're only looking at one side of things. Think about if like a really fine woman, right, goes up to a gay guy and let's say let's say molested him or raped him or forced him to go to bed with her. Nobody is going to talk about that side because they're like, well, shoot, she was fine. What you
See,
complaining about?
see,
Pretty
but
much. But it could
that
be he was
goes
just didn't
to
want it.
but see that goes to the way that men are perceived as far as our sexuality and our what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like we just gotta accept it. Oh man, your dick got hard, so you wanted it clearly. No, if the wind blow right, we'll get an erection. So
Right.
she still took it, but because I had an erection, that meant I wanted it. Hell, so then if a woman gets wet doing rape, does that mean that she wanted it? You see what I'm saying? But society puts this they use our masculinity as the same rope to hang us with when it comes to situations of rape.
Yeah.
I
And
had
I
a
don't think that
conversation
and I
with a
don't think that's
friend
right.
and she was like, men can't be raped. I was like, what the fuck you mean they can't be raped?
so
And
I
I'm
could
not
actually
even talking about the like sodomizing shit, but just regular.
I can
Yeah.
actually push back on that one a little bit because in court wise, they actually changed the definition of understanding. Oh, sorry, changed the conversation when it came to understanding of rape. That if a man get hard or if a woman gets wet, that it's okay. They
Well, so
ch-
I think a
they changed that a
GYN
while ago to
or
saying that even though that's okay, then they have to ask for hand placements. They got to ask for were they actually into it? What was the conversation before, during, and or after of that one? Like they did change that part.
I was just saying men
well,
could be taken advantage of if they get too drunk or something and things happen and they wasn't aware. If it was the other way around, then the woman can say, oh, I was raped. But if it was a man who got drunk and then just woke up and he was in bed with another woman and didn't know, that would just be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's society.
no.
See, and we gotta stop accepting those things because
Yeah. Those things aren't acceptable at
The
all.
issue from there is we won't live in a world where men and women are shown to be equal and going to be equal no matter how we look on that one. If even when it comes to physical altercations, if a man slaps a woman and a woman slaps a man, it's not going to be the same
facts.
because we have an already understanding genetically men are genetically supposed to be stronger than women. You
And
might have an outlier of a woman being stronger than that particular male, but that's
yeah,
harder to see on
I
the vice
just
versa.
Man,
I just look at
look,
that as like if we're genetically stronger, everyone knows that the woman should know that too before she engages a man that way.
Exactly.
listen, I'm a firm believer,
Some ladies
and
want to
Don't
get
put your
smacked.
hands on nobody.
there you
Right.
Some
go.
women want to get smacked.
Yeah, like
She went back. She went back to the fetishes. We done with that. We
Right.
done with the toilet
Circle
porn
the
and
piece
everything.
up a little bit. Whoa.
We don't care about the pigeon coming out the
Right. We don't want the
vajayjay
pigeons. We don't
anymore.
want
We don't want to see a balloon go in there. I've actually seen that, and I was very like, "Oh my god, the balloon didn't
She
even
was
pop."
traumatized.
I was very
Listen.
traumatized because she pulled it was a long balloon, and she pulled it out, and it was still whole. I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh.
My bad, everybody.
Listen.
My
Oh,
Walmart
yeah.
connection.
Where's Q? Because he would definitely have something to say about that.
right. Get his
Listen.
titties licked and shit.
all that
Listen,
extreme
These
stuff,
hoes, these hoes.
all that
I'm a,
extreme stuff. As far as up close, I've never seen nothing up close, but you stay around away from those dark sections of porn. Like,
oh man, you
stay
got
away from
to.
that. Yeah.
Sometimes that stuff just pop up, and it just be like, "I wonder."
I've been curious before, but it's like,
Like I
Nope.
know she not finna do what I think she finna do.
Yeah,
Man,
she
Sometimes
is.
you just don't.
man.
Sometimes you
I
find yourself in the rabbit hole.
so speaking of rabbit hole, because I saw a video and this dildo this woman was using was literally I can't even describe how big it is. You remember the 211, the 40-ounce malt liquor bottles?
Yeah.
It was bigger than that, and I was like, how the fuck? What the? Mind you, she was so small. She gotta be like size like 2, dress size. I'm like, what you finna do with that?
Now
So
let's
now
throw a
I get
scenario. What
what's
what
up.
if you saw your wife with something like that, or what would you leave her, or
I
would
got
you
Well,
try to?
you
he
because I
already
can't
know
do
her
nothing
cooch
for you.
that wide.
He's like, I gotta compete with this. Oh no, we done.
I can't.
But you would
I can't.
already know if you're married to that person that their cooch is that loose.
Facts, man. You want
Unless
to
she
try something?
unless she got
You
superpowers and she be using the apple cider vinegar getting it back tight,
If
then
she got
nah. I don't
superpowers
need
to
you to
this
get that
extent,
back.
you're doing
If
too
she
much.
got if she got superpowers to bring that back, she need to figure out how to bottle that shit so we can be rich.
How to monetize that.
Facts. Cause
I'm gonna
you doing something that the world need to know about. Whatever your routine is, you need to tell somebody.
it's just regular. Oh, but JJ it's durable. It
It
stretches
ain't
and then
that
it
durable.
deflates. I'm just saying.
It,
I
Well,
mean, if
since
a big headed baby could come out of there, I'm sure that dildo
facts.
can work just fine.
Facts.
since we're talking about things
I
like
got
this,
lots of male friends, so they say that's a no go.
Oh no, like on the hot dog down the
They're
hallway.
like, I couldn't feel nothing.
Nah, man, that's
since we actually brought this up, I got a bone to pick with a couple people. Well, society in a sense. Why is it? And I still see it to this day on this one. On any adult website, they have videos that are stating things like me fucking my stepmom.
Yep, they
That's
have
putting
shit
it.
like that.
Why is
some
that?
people fuck their stepmama.
I mean, again, there are
It's
some
a
people
new
who do.
fetish.
I'm not saying this,
It's a
not, and of course,
trend.
being from the site, being from the
Look, if
south,
people
there are
like
people who
little
do that.
kids,
But this
then that's
came up very, very
dark
precisely.
secrets.
This was the stepfather, stepbrother, stepmother, like the steps for the last maybe year and a half. This has grown to a very, very concerned point.
Because you have to realize it's to make it's close to almost your relative, but getting away with it not being your relative.
Why is that a
That's what
fantasy?
some
yeah,
people.
see,
I
that's the
don't
thing.
understand
Yeah,
it, but
yeah, like porn plays into a lot of fetishes. That's why, like,
Like
women,
naughtiness. Like
yeah, like
it
18 or
prohibited.
teen. Yeah, they had it barely legal 18 for the people who want like to date, who had that fantasy
Mm-hmm.
almost, that pedophilic fantasy
Which
almost,
more pedophiles get caught from watching that and actually watching kids do anything like that. Which is
Yeah.
again, this is just getting weird. We have a society
That's
that
fucked
tentacle
up.
porn and torture porn is pretty hot on certain sites for them.
Just like Dave Chappelle said, if any of us gonna have sex with my sister, it's gonna be me.
But I mean, because you got some people out here though, man, that's legit. Like, man, I wish I could hit my stepmama. Like, it's some people out here like that. It's crazy to say it.
It's a realistic. I can understand that because you don't choose your step parent. You know what I'm saying? And I can't imagine if your daddy like hotties. You know what I'm saying? That you'd be like, oh yeah, my stepmother is hot.
Okay, so if this is the reason why I have a problem with it. It's not just the fact of saying stepmother, stepfather, blah blah blah. If you actually watch the porn, the idea is the person that's going to be fucking them is in middle school or high school.
Oh, hell no.
They're an adult, but they're portraying a lot younger child, and the mother is always cougar-like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people see this as a problem.
Maybe that's what they really doing in their society.
Yeah,
because like
because
even
if you reverse the porn and say this is a stepfather, in which this of course still a thing as well, a stepfather, quote unquote, fucking a middle school porn actor, but a middle school child as being portrayed, people will say, "Oh, this is wrong." I was like, "But you don't see."
Well,
the being just
now, Brandon, because I had this conversation with my wife, and I said, like, majority of porn is geared towards men. Like, you know,
of course,
they assume it's going to be predominantly a male audience. So in the world of men, and just pretty much in general, like, it's not frowned upon for a young boy to mess with a grown woman. It's
of
like
course, we talked
Hold
about
on,
on the
though,
show before.
but you gotta also understand too, though, in society, more often than not, you see younger women with older men.
You do, but again, you know, it's not frowned upon as far as if it was on the other side.
I mean, we have a whole backing from that called cougars.
Yeah,
Facts.
Yeah, like nothing can happen. Think about this as men, nothing can happen to us as children, like where we are, you know, touched by, you know, a grown woman when we're kids, because you get all kinds of different reactions, and other than like telling you, hey, that was a predator. You know what I mean? Like, people tell you you're lucky. Oh, you got some pussy. You lucky. You should like that. You know, so
facts.
Yeah.
That's
sad.
That's how it's treated.
That's really sad.
Porn get weird, man. It get real weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that shit is.
Courtney actually just said, but just porn is just the outlook of how they believe the best way to monetize their particular site and what people would actually like. And that's why I was like, with this whole growing, this is a porn star, but then she's another porn star's stepfather.
Yeah.
Like that. I was like, this is what's hot in the streets. Like this is really, because at one point it was a very big push for interracial, but usually black men and white women. There was a push at one point, I believe.
Yeah.
Back in like 2009, 2008, somewhere. There was a big push for that one. Now, the switch pushes became stepmother and stepfather.
That's because a lot of white men were into that cuckold.
Which, if you ever want a joke to do, if you ever go to a big name porn site and you look at an interracial porn and you see people actually take the time to make an account and just to say the N-word on a public thing, it's the funniest thing you could ever do. You be like, oh yeah, fuck her with that nigger dick. You made a post about this.
Mm-hmm.
You took the time and made a post about this.
But see, I feel like all of that is
my wife too when I watch.
Porn is literally just to get people fantasies out there, because there's somebody out there waiting on it. Because, like, funny story, and my wife probably killed me for saying this, but like our first date,
don't say
like,
it. Don't say
I got to, because it was hilarious. Our first date, we sat in the house and watched porn. Like, it wasn't even nothing sexual. It was just because the fucking titles were fucking hilarious. And one of the titles was One of the titles was "Please Bang My Wife," and it was so fucking funny because it was like this white woman was literally with this black man, and her husband was just sitting there watching. And she was like, "Oh yeah, he can't fuck me right because he has a little dick. I've never felt a dick this big inside." And I'm just like, it's somebody that
I
wants
would
to
be
watch it.
dying.
Bro, I was on the floor because like he's just sitting there. He was just sitting there, and it's just like, oh
Now,
man, well I
let's
guess you're gonna fuck my wife.
go back to that, like we was talking about the black man who say that black girls aren't freaky enough. I don't think a black man will sit there and let another dude
Hell
and
no.
watch another dude do his girl. So
Hell no.
Big dick, small dick, don't matter.
It-
No dick. That's
It's some guys out here though, because I had a coworker I worked with that was a swinger, and I specifically remember him asking
oh, he
me
don't
like,
count.
"Hey
He's
man,
a
you
swinger. He understood
Right.
that lifestyle.
right? Hey man, you want to bring your wife to one of my parties?" No, motherfucker, hell no.
Right.
Bro, listen, I'm very possessive. It is no man in this world that is gonna bang my wife while I'm living and I'm gonna watch. I'm just saying.
Right.
I gotta be tied up with a gun to my head, and you gonna have to shoot me, bro.
And then offered $1 million, and then you still gonna close your eyes.
Hold on.
Man,
Go watch that shit.
But
$4
but
million.
Sean, but hold on. But,
I'm not
but
finna watch it.
Salvo, what if he tell you like, well, you get mine too? You know, we swapping.
I'm good still
And she
because at the
fine.
same listen,
Until
I'm still
she come
good.
out, and she like, I don't know, Rihanna fine or something. I'm just throwing
And then
somebody
she
out
fine.
I'm still good, and let me tell you why. Because my ego
Because
was
he ain't
fucked
gonna be
up, bro.
thinking of fucking Rihanna. He gonna be thinking somebody fucking my wife the
Yeah.
whole time.
Exactly. I'm still good on it because if my thing is, if you've been saying ooh baby, our whole relationship, and this nigga hit you and he make you say oh my god, it's
Oh,
over.
oh my god, baby. Oh hell no. Rihanna, get off me.
Bro, I was
It's
just talking about that. Like that's why that stuff do not work.
it
Have you
can't, bro. It's over. It's done.
When
Nah,
people
I'm
who are
good,
business or jealous, it's like it's no whole different level with your significant other. And it's like,
man.
yeah, you hear some stuff like that, you know, me and my wife, and then she screaming and doing all kinds of shit. I'm like, man, hey, somebody finna die.
I ain't never heard you make that sound.
Y'all ain't finna die. Y'all over there too lit.
Right. This is beyond me. When you start making them noises,
Right.
So she hit that
or
what? Oh, this
She
is
over there
beyond. I gotta
shaking
kill her.
and
I
shit.
gotta kill her. I gotta
don't
kill him.
And then don't let it be like the one, you know, the guy's wife you with, she'll just boring, and it's PG-13 over there. It's just, oh man.
Or make it
don't
double
let
worse.
don't
You
let it
still
Right.
be
hitting
no
it, and she's
bullshit.
like, "Oh, I'm bored now."
Right.
Oh man, you just having a bad day.
Don't let it be no bullshit like your wife squirt or some shit. You like, oh, you can do that? We've been doing this long, and nah, bro, I can't do it. I can't, man.
And
I
then
don't
you know,
even. Woo,
and
nope. Mm-mm.
it's over from that point too. It's just like,
It is. He might as well
like,
keep you.
right, that's your wife now, man. Like,
He might as well keep you. I gotta press the reset button. Nope. And that's why I don't put myself in them situations. I can't.
Right.
My ego too fragile. At least I'm honest to admit it. It's way too fragile for that.
oh man.
Man,
You're gonna
oh,
have to
that's
be in there
terrible.
practicing. You're gonna have to be in there practicing. So did he go to the right or
No,
to the
I got.
left? What button did he
I
press?
gotta
I gotta
go.
figure it out.
Oh,
I gotta
Right. He
go.
got to
'Cause
go. It's no, I'm gonna go
I can't.
practice. Nah.
right. No,
I
I
can't
don't even
as
care.
a
I don't care
man.
what he did.
Right.
Right,
Bye.
as a man, what did he do to make you do that? I can't even figure myself asking that. No, it's over.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
over.
I don't even care.
Right.
Like
You think there's gonna be
whatever
a
he
full
did.
conversation afterwards? Like, hey man,
Right.
no.
I
Look,
guess he just got the
I
master
be here
key.
to pick up the kids on the weekend.
Right.
Just leave them on the porch.
Wow.
I be there. I don't even
Nah,
want to see
cause
you
then
no more.
that might mess you up because if the kids then call him daddy and she called him daddy,
Oh my god! And now I gotta kill you.
now you gotta kill everybody.
That's
Right.
murder. And murder.
That's
Everybody
bad
dying.
day.
There you go.
It's over, man. That's the last straw. Everybody's dead. Kill the room,
Thanos snap everybody, huh?
man. No, cause see
Hey.
that was a gamble. It might be you. It might not be you. No, I'm talking scorched earth. burning all the bridges.
And for everybody listening, yes, this is the thoughts of men. This is how we think. You don't like it? I'm sorry.
Man, look,
Y'all
that's
need to y'all
that's
need to be more
terrible.
open with y'all horizons. Expand.
No,
Yeah,
not
It
that
is
expand
fucking
Prince
your
open.
over here. No horizon. No.
Look,
Real no.
I don't even like Horizon.
y'all like
It could be
y'all like
Horizon,
Verizon, the
Verizon.
wireless
It don't matter.
service. Y'all like Verizon, the video
Horizon,
game.
Verizon, nope,
Right.
None of
none of that.
that.
But see, I will say, I'm perfectly fine with the way that the rules are, but society men are not allowed to experiment. Women are, and I'm completely okay with that because there ain't no finding
Yeah.
myself.
Nah, you can't pick and choose. Remember, equality.
No, right, but fuck that. This is I'm okay with the skills being unbalanced. Look, it is what it is. For me, there's some guys out here that's like, man, I wish I could experiment, like that whole tank situation. That I can't fathom it. It's like, bro, you gay.
Well, you don't
They're
believe you
like,
can suck 2 dicks and still be considered straight?
absolutely
Hell
not.
no. Hell
First of
no.
all, how you get it in your mind to suck one dick first? Oh yeah, I sucked a dick. I didn't like it, so I tried it again,
Me and
and I
Nita
found
had
out
a
I
full
really didn't
conversation
like
about
it.
that before. It was like if you
Like,
did it one time and you had a bi episode of understanding how you want to be in society, there's nobody gonna hate on you. You're bi, you're this, or you have understandable bi tendencies. Fine, but the fact that you thought about it to
Did it
try
all
it
at once.
again
It did it twice.
and
Yo.
still said, "No,
Like,
I
how
don't like
could you
it."
get it wrong the
Wait a
first
minute.
time? There's no way to get that wrong.
Yo, so let me ask y'all have of the belief that men can't be bi?
I am.
Oh no, I believe men can
don't.
be bi.
I
Fuck
believe
I
that.
even
they
think
can.
that some gay men are confused because in my travels in life,
I agree
I've
with
had
that.
multiple gay men that said they didn't like fish, which is women, and I've had 2 of them hit on me. Like, I thought you said you didn't like fish.
Is that because they? That's bad. Is it because you gave off the vibe of understanding them, or is it because
I'm a people person, so I don't know what to say, what it was. It could have been that I gave off a vibe of inclusion.
I'm gonna say
because I've been hit on by gay women before,
Okay.
and that's mainly because because you understand me, and I was like, well, now you're getting to the realm of you being straight.
Right.
Well, see, then that's a whole
So
different
you're
other
bi, you're not
category.
gay.
That's it's not is it pansexual where you're attracted to the person's personality and not just their physical.
There's so many definitions, girl.
think
I
that
I
is
can't
think that's
even.
I
Man.
think that's pansexual. I'm sorry
No,
if I got that wrong.
no. Pansexual is
You attracted to
they're
everything.
they're not limited to anything. So sex, gender.
Species.
I
No,
was
the
just
sex.
finna ask. I was just finna ask, do that mean species?
But yeah, they might just be open to everything.
Inanimate object.
So
But see, I feel like, okay, so I feel like if you take a dick once, I don't care how much vagina you got back after that. Like,
Damn.
the fact that you still taking dick as a man, you gay in my book.
Whoa.
Now I'm not
Make
gonna disrespect
make sure you say willingly.
Yeah, that's what I was
willingly.
about to ask.
Right,
him. That's what I was about to ask
right.
him.
We not talking rape. We
Right.
already know that. You know what I'm saying?
We're just making sure the listeners know that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, listeners. We not talking rape. That's wrong. But now, if you just out here willingly going to get your shit packed, like, I don't care if you sleeping with women too, bro. Like, yeah, you gay, big dog. It is what it is.
well, they say that the man's G spot is actually
I
in
don't
the
give a
anal
shit.
area.
I
I'm
knew you
just
was
saying.
gonna say that.
Yep, it is. They say
We
that.
don't give a damn.
I knew one of y'all was gonna say that. I don't give a fuck what that motherfucker.
I'm just saying.
But, okay.
The
Actually,
regular way works just this
hold
time.
on. Let me push that thought. Do you believe a man that wants to be pegged by a woman is gay?
I don't.
I mean, he not gay technically because it's with a woman, but dog, why your back door? Like, I don't know, man. That
Because
one,
the man's G
Because
spot
the G
is
spot, as he said,
Is in
no,
the
fuck
bag.
that. You
It
can
might
get the
be
same.
like, hey,
No, man, you
you
can get the
knocking
same way
something
from the
you
front
never.
way.
I bet the people are like, shoot, you ain't had it. You don't know what you're saying.
Hey,
You don't know
I
what
guess I
you're
don't
saying.
then.
If you
You're
ain't have
gonna
that
I'll
meet
be that
bird,
guy.
you're gonna meet some dudes that like to have fingers and stuff stuck up
by their woman.
above
Yeah.
that G spot, and a white woman is gonna be the first person to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm sure not putting my hand in there.
But
Hey,
see,
I'll
like,
make
On
I
sure
your.
you
don't know.
not put your
But
hand in
I
it.
feel like that's a gateway to being gay. And this is why I say that. Look
A
at Dwayne Wade.
gateway to being gay.
Look at Dwayne
Interesting.
Wade. Gabrielle Union got on
See,
national live TV talking about how she liked to spread his cheeks and lick his ass. Now he out here, he got the hot
no,
pink hair.
see,
He wearing
listen,
shirts that
Who
look
said
like
that?
hold
dresses
up,
now.
hold up, hold
Gabrielle
up.
Union. You didn't know
Gabrielle
she
Union.
eating Dwayne?
See, that's the
Man, she
thing.
tossing
She
salad.
said she.
Yo,
Well, if it's his wife, then I mean, like,
yeah,
It
see, that's
is,
what I'm
but
gonna say.
now
Like,
Right.
now
it's
he
just
moving different though.
Now he
If
moving because he
he
had that G
is,
spot. Because he
it,
had that G
it
spot on that. He done
listen,
experienced
I
a whole
know,
new
and
life.
now he getting in touch with his feminine self, and I'm not
see,
with it. I'm good.
see, see, that's the thing though. That becomes a slippery slope because I think, like, I
See,
feel you, but it's like
maybe
certain actions. It's certain actions that people judge and say use that. Oh, it was a gateway. Like it'd be like that, like getting your, your backside licked by your woman.
see, you can't
Some
even
people
say
say
it.
he's okay. You mean
so
you getting your ass
wait
laid
a
out?
minute, wait a minute. So I'm just trying to figure, like, maybe Salvo with the hot, you're not going to admit it
Who?
because how can you? I don't know. I just think that when oral sex is being done, you just don't limit yourself to the tip of the penis. I mean, it's all over the place. So I'm just trying
No,
to figure
you can get
if
this whole
she
motherfucker, but you can leave
wanders,
the back door
if she
alone.
wanders off into some, and you're not expecting it, and all of
Hold,
a sudden,
I'm gonna
what
punch
is
her dead in the
so
forehead.
you
hold
gonna
on.
run off?
She
You
my
gonna run
wife.
off?
Hold on.
She
Hold
my wife. I'm gonna punch her dead in her forehead.
on.
Oh
What the
my
fuck is
So
you
god!
doing? Boop.
hold
No,
on.
leave
It's
that
just trying
alone.
something different. It's just trying something
No,
different.
no,
It
leave
feels
that
good,
alone.
man.
But wait a
It
minute, wait a
No,
minute, wait a minute.
it feels
As
good.
but
no.
that should be a conversation that they had beforehand before she
She
just
already know.
trying it.
Yeah. I
She
agree with that.
already know. She
I
already
just
know.
I'm not saying y'all did. I
Sometimes
said
you
that
No,
don't
should be a
get warm,
conversation.
baby. Sometimes you just don't
absolutely.
get warm in the heat of spontaneity. You just
Because
don't.
let's reverse the conversation. Let's say, well, let's be as graphic as possible. Let's say he's hitting it from the back and then just decide to pull out and put her in her ass because he just wants to try it.
Number
You
one, that
realize
shit
that's
is
still a
gonna hurt.
problem.
I done
yeah,
had that happen, and
No,
it's
I'm
gonna
but
not
hurt.
saying that
it
it can
might
hurt
feel
or not
good.
because for the guy it could hurt. It also could feel good for that. It's the same way for them. It's not saying that the
Look at
woman
the
now is
booty
gay.
hole
I'm not saying
gonna
that
hurt.
part.
You know, I heard it's a women got an extra G spot back there too. I was just
You
trying to
didn't
tell
hear
I
that.
heard that too.
Yeah, I heard
you.
that too.
You
Right.
heard that.
So yeah. So
Yeah, my
yeah.
friend,
So
she
there
used
you
to be
go.
like, "Oh, I would have come better with it in my ass than I can with it." So I'm like, maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe
I'm
because of the proximity of the
So
G.
actually, I still got to go back on that one because he said gateway, and that's actually a very questionable thing because I actually had this conversation with a lot of my homosexual friends. When you said gateway, I do
mhm.
have some other pushback from that question wise.
Okay.
Do you believe that a sexual act with a woman would now allow a man to now switch to say, I want that be done by me by a man? When you say
See,
gateway, or
see,
what are
the
you
reason
saying
why I
from
say
that?
gateway, right? So check this out. Like I was saying about the Dwayne Wade situation, right? Now, his woman then hiked his legs up in the air. You know what I'm
Man, look.
saying? And teed him up.
Auntie.
She didn't did what she did to him, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, who's to say that he don't decide he want to go a step further, and now he decides he wants to
I
be
do
with a
not.
trans man and
Well,
try it?
see,
No,
okay, so
No.
no.
that's where my
It's called
question was going to actually.
self-control.
Right.
It's the question of when you say it's a gateway because if anything, okay, that means almost any action that you can do with a woman or a man
Can be
in this
questioned.
case, can be questioned.
Exactly.
That do you like that as a gateway for the other? And that's where I was asking for, because that's when
Yep.
you ask me, can you have a bi man? It's like, yes, a male can be attracted to a female and a male. They're bi. They don't have to. The social construct of saying you have to be loving one or the other is already been did and logic wise. But I did have to push you when it came to the gateway part, because I was like, if they're a gateway, then that means that they're probably already understanding to be bi, and they have no problem with that. But if that was a spontaneous act that they wanted to try and then liked it, that person did it, they were probably going to trust that one person, whoever they are, to do that one. And that's why I asked you, if a
and that
woman
could
takes a man,
very
is he
well
gay?
that could very well may be the case. I don't know. It's an ain't no for me. I'm gonna say it like that. Like I said, I don't hate on anybody
I mean,
and
it's a no
what
for
they
me.
do in life. I don't hate on anybody and what they do in life, but I just feel like you shouldn't even be playing with shit like that, because I don't know, man. You just what they call it, Pandora's box.
I got a
The
real good
reason it's
question for
supposed
you,
to be
though.
closed.
I got a real good question for you then.
Uh-oh.
Do you believe, let's take for men, do you believe that you can have a gay virgin?
Wait,
who?
huh?
A gay virgin, not version, a virgin. Do you believe
What
a
do you
male
mean?
can say, I like men, but not experience sex yet and still be gay?
I don't think
so.
So you don't believe a man can say, I like men, and without any action behind that?
Because how do you really know you like men?
Because they're attracted to.
Because
They
they're
see a man
attracted to
and they be
men.
like, "Ooh, he's so fine." Like straight men don't do
No.
that.
But
You was
see,
attracted to
hold on
women before
though.
you had sex, right?
Absolutely. But
So
having
you,
sex with
Straight
them
men be like,
solidified it.
he fine, but they just don't say
The
it.
thing though.
I
This
asked
is the
that
thing
question
though.
because actually my neighbor back in South Haven, my neighbor was gay, and when he said that he was a virgin until he was, I believe, 21 or 25 or something like that, that stopped in my brain to be like, wait, how? And then having a conversation with him, with more people, with even my father, of me understanding that, and be like, oh, okay, so it's not the action that you're doing, it's what you actually are attracted to. Brings back to the, yeah, men can be sexually attracted to men and or women, and they don't have to have the other one to say, yeah, they're still attracted to men, or they're still attracted to body parts of a man or a woman, or whatever, how you actually want to construct that one. But that's why I asked that little deeper question from there, because I wanted to understand your mindset right there.
Yeah, I mean, because I look at it like this. This is how I see it in my brain. You gotta have you. I want to make sure I say this right. In that guy's situation, the natural order in my brain is men are to be with women. That's not to exclude anybody in this world from whatever they like, right? So that when I hear virgin, I'm thinking that way heterosexually. Okay, you just naturally supposed to like women. But my thing is, I feel like being gay is a choice that you make, and if you make that choice, 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking that it's because you've experienced it and you enjoy it. So now you are. You see what I'm saying?
So you don't believe men or women could be naturally attracted to their own sex, their own
I
gender?
don't.
I.e., born gay.
Yeah,
I don't believe you can be born gay. Absolutely not. I
Now
believe
that
it's a choice.
is,
I was gonna
now
say,
I'm not
well,
gonna lie.
nobody
like
is
that.
born straight either. Kids not supposed to be like, hey, when I get older, I'm a date a man. Nobody thinks that. It's just when you, or a woman, it's just when you get up into age and you start feeling those hormones, and those hormones start to take effect. You shift one way or you shift the other, or you, like I said, you might like both at the same time, but it's a shift, and you know it's a shift. Like you can look at somebody online or something and be like, you feel something when you look at them. You know what I mean?
I get that.
It's like a mind thing.
The reason I say you can't be born gay, because there is no gay gene. There is no gene that can separate you from the same sex, or I mean, I'm sorry, that separate you from your other male counterparts. It's nothing specific about you, and they're like, oh well, he got his Y chromosome kind of shaped like an L, so that's why he gay. Like, we have no science to prove that you can be born gay. Now, I do believe in choices, and you made a choice to say I like men. So, and you are a man. So now you're with said man, and that is what it is. But to just be like, oh, I was born this way. No. Now, do you find something attractive? That's between you. I ain't got to live that life, thank God. But you know what I'm saying? That's your choice. You chose to go about that. Because there's some people out here, like you said, that can say, I find men attractive, but have only been with women.
See, now that's where he was the outlier. Like every other situation that a lot of people actually bring up and saying why would they quote unquote change to another sex or anything like that, didn't depict with him. He wasn't molested by any male or woman. He didn't
Okay.
have sex with any woman. He didn't have sex with any male. He knew that he liked men at a young age. His parents knew that he liked men from a young age.
I think that they do.
So he
know
was just
at
a
young
virgin,
age,
period.
but
So
Yeah, he was a virgin, period.
I don't
right.
think
He
See, so
wanted
I
to
wouldn't
wait
say he
until
was a
he,
gay virgin. He was just a
he
virgin, period.
yeah, no, he's still attracted to men. He never was attracted to women, and it wasn't out of hate. He just wasn't attracted to it. This is like as me. I'm not attracted to men, but I don't hate men that are attracted to men or anything like that.
Fact.
Just like it's not my attraction. I'm attracted to women,
Fact.
and he's the same way, just opposite. He's like he's attracted to men, but I have nothing wrong with women. They can be beautiful creatures. They can be understanding. They can do all this stuff. He's just not sexually attracted to a woman. He doesn't see himself with a woman, and he wasn't with a woman. So when I had asked his boyfriend boyfriend at that time, asking him questions, he was somewhat similar, but somewhat opposite. He dabbled and said that wasn't for him. But I was like, okay, so if you dabbled, but he never dabbled, and y'all at the same conclusion, and then he just pretty much said up front, he's like, well, I'm attracted to both, but I'm more attracted to men. It's like, okay, so you're bi, and the neighbor I'm talking about, he's gay. I was like, is there a split between? Is there an understanding? Like, I've really had to ask these questions from that one, and they knew I'm not saying it from a negative point of view. I just wanted to
For
know.
Sure. It's curiosity.
Yeah.
That's probably my only biggest problem with some of the people that I met from the LGBT community is they get upset when you, man, LMNOP123
I think that most of the time our preferences are developed during our youth, so you may grow up being a boob man, you may grow up being an ass man and feel the boobs don't matter, and then you might be like brunettes, not blondes, or you might like long hair but like bald head women, like shave. But preferences start then, and that includes your gender choices, like your sexual attraction to genders, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But my problem is for parents that think that a kid can solidify that decision at a young age and give them all these hormones and allow them to dress how they want to. Because if you were a boy, and even if you had gay family members, but the parents never put them on a dress. But they weren't scarred because they had to wear pants when they liked the other sex. The same sex. They weren't scarred because they had to wear pants. I think parents are just doing too much too early. The kid can't make no choice like that, and shouldn't be subjected to chemicals that's going to alter biological systems, in my opinion. So
I agree.
With that said, if you feel like your kid is having a crush on your male child is having a crush on Ben Affleck, it's not really nothing you could do, Right. But wait till he get 18, he could do whatever he want to do after that, or she can do whatever. Dress how you want.
I'm not encouraging it at all. Cause like my wife got into she was kind of upset with me because I said I pray to God my sons aren't gay and shit. Why would you die? And I was like, I don't know a heterosexual man that's like, oh man, I hope my kid is gay. Like I don't see it. I want my children to be like their father. You know what I'm saying?
But why
And like
think about that
But do you
though?
want the kids to be better than you?
well, yeah, of course, we all want our children to be better than us. But
But
I'm
what
saying in
happens
my
if
brain
understanding is also better is more different as well. That's why I said for
now.
better.
Well, I mean, for them to have a better understanding as far as what, like what they want in
I
life.
well, number one, as a person in the medical field, I see a lot of parents being abandoned when they get older. And I would hope that somebody would want their kid to have the means to take care of them instead of worrying about. I can't speak for you, but I'm just saying this. To me, it's more important things to be
Oh
afraid
yeah,
of,
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
as long as your kid, because if your gay son or your gay daughter becomes a millionaire, a billionaire, trillionaire, you definitely gonna be. I support my kid 100% because they
Well,
buying their
Now,
mama house and
I,
they dad. So
now check this out though. Me saying that I would want my sons to be heterosexual, that's just a preference. If my son came to me and was like, "Dad, I'm gay," I mean, I made him. He's mine. I don't care about any of that other shit. You see what I'm saying? So I don't get how parents
and
can
that's a great
abandon the
quality to
child
have.
that they created because their
I think
child's views
I
don't
I
align with
think your I
theirs.
think your wife only got upset with that because of that mindset, because you instantly went to the negative side of that instead of being like, I want I want my son to have somebody who love him and who care for him. I don't care who that is or whatever, but I want him to have the
And that
best
could be,
person in his life like that.
yeah,
Instead of you
yeah,
like,
that could be,
my son,
Yeah,
I don't
cause
want him to
I,
yeah,
be gay. That's what you went straight to. So
I
instead
mean,
of
and that's how it came to my brain. I'm always honest. I'm probably too crass a lot of times, but it was just like, well, what if your son was gay? And it was like, I hope to God he not. But I mean, if he is, it is what it is. But I mean, I just don't know a person. Man, look, hey, I hope
are
he
you
is.
willing to say it this way? Because I keep pressing you on this one because you were me only a couple years ago, like just not too long ago until I actually start asking questions, start understanding a little bit more and more. But you actually brought up a actually very good point. I don't have kids, but you have brought up a very good point. It's not saying that you are you willing to understand are you willing to understand your child, but are you willing to understand your child's lifestyle from there? If your child did one of your kids came up to you and say, I am gay, of understanding everything that comes with it or the scrutiny that they're going to get in society that you have to now protect because of course that's your child, but then also understanding and respecting if he's gay, if you have a son, if he's gay, he's going to bring a male over, not bring a female over, and understanding that lifestyle and not trying to, or like, are you willing to sit there and just more of understand that that's more of what now society and then society has changed a little bit, and that's for the positive.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if he was to be gay and he
It's
was
gonna be
like,
hard
okay, Dad,
because you don't have
this
that
is my
people around you.
boyfriend. It's gonna definitely take a minute for me to wrap that around my brain
hmm
because I saw you being married, having a wife, you know what I'm saying, kids and all of that. Because we all have these visions that we have for our children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So in my brain, this is the way I saw it. And I saw it that way because this is the way I am, this is the way your mother is, so on and so forth. Now,
right,
you having a boyfriend, I'm not gonna condemn you or none of that. And
good.
I'm gonna meet the guy. I'm fucked up regardless. I'm rude. I say some fucked up shit, but
Male or
that's just
female, it
me.
won't matter.
Man, green, pink, or purple, I don't care if you're a zebra. I'm this motherfucker that'll walk up to a zebra and be like, hey, so is you black with white stripes or is you white with black stripes? You know what I'm saying?
And the
In
zebra
the
gonna be like,
rudest manner.
the hell?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, I'm a zebra. Like, nah, man, you a black zebra or a white zebra, bro? Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm still gonna take that time to understand my son. If he has a boyfriend, I have to understand the boyfriend because you with my son. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna get deep into it like who the man in the relationship and who not. I don't need to go that far. I don't need all that. I
Right.
just need to know. Now
That's
it
between
comes
their
to the
relationship,
point
right
where exactly. Now it comes to the point where it's like, I'm just glad that you safe and you got somebody that care about you. Now we getting into that.
I
Because
know
again,
people
I
who
made
would.
you.
Right.
I know people who wouldn't accept that at all. Like if my
And
son or
that
Fact.
daughter
and
is gay, don't come to my house. I'm not gonna support it. I'm not going to your gay wedding. I'm all of that. Like
that's the old
Yeah,
school
but
As
mentality that
soon as
has to
they
be
in the
broken.
nursing home, oh, kids, don't come visit me.
Right.
but see, I
They don't
can't.
love me. You're damn right. Kick
Right.
them out.
And they're
I
eating bologna sandwiches and
but I
sitting in their
can't get
wet
with
freezer.
that. Like you created this life. Like at the end of the day, whatever you are, I still made you. So even if he gay, you still a reflection of me. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't have to agree with the way that you live life, but I'm always give you that respect, and I'm always treat you as my son because you came from
Yeah.
my ball sack. That's the basis of it. So we are
And I
tied
think
forever.
a lot of the people and a lot of the issues with people who has problem with their kids either being anything else besides what they want them to be is that if a dude brought home an abusive girlfriend, they would be okay with that.
Well,
Like,
I
Mm-mm.
would.
Not me.
but I'm
no.
Not
saying
me.
they'll be like, well, at least I'm just saying society wise, so it'd be like, oh, well, at least he not gay. At least he got a
Yeah.
girlfriend. You
Fact.
know, you should
Okay.
try work it out with her. She
I,
just mad. She
Mm.
Yeah.
angry.
I,
Y'all need
I
to
was,
go to
I feel you.
counseling.
I
Work it
feel
out.
you. I feel you all at the same level to me because I'd be like, get that bitch out my house.
Yeah,
Right.
Right.
and
So I
it
agree with
definitely should be. But the one thing that a lot of the families here just, oh, you gay, or you like this dude, or you like this girl. No, like you going to hell. Get out my house. But
Yeah.
what if I had
'Cause
this person who was trying to kill me every day? Oh, just you'll be all right. Just going back home.
just tough it out.
Right.
Relationships require struggle.
Then he paid for your car note, didn't he? Girl, he just loved you. Go
See?
on back home.
But see, cause like I had a cousin man named Darren, and I looked up to this guy. Reason I played football the whole nine, and he came out at our family reunion. I'm talking about my great grandmother was there. You talking about whole? You know how you watch the movies and the music just cut right at the most awkward moment, so everybody can hear you. It was it was that same moment, and I was like, oh shit. And he was like, Grandma, I'm gay. You couldn't hear ain't no more Frankie Beverly and Maze before all that shit stopped. And it was just like, whoa. And then like I was young and I was like, man, he can't be gay. I don't know, whole reason I'm playing football because of him, man. I always wanted to be like him when I grew up. And it was like, damn, do that mean I want to be gay? Is he gay? You know what I'm saying? Because I was so young, I think I was like maybe like 13. So I'm like, let me figure me out. Do this mean I want to be gay? Because I like football, because he likes football. But you know what I'm saying? It's like to everybody got their own thing. And you either gonna accept it or you're not gonna accept it. That would probably be one of the main things I would tell my son, like, everybody ain't gonna like you and you gonna have to suck it the fuck up. No pun intended. You got to suck it
Nobody
the
was
fuck
even.
up
I'm
and
not gonna
give it
lie.
over.
If
Bro.
you said that to your son and he laughed, I'd be like, damn, that's
Yeah,
true.
I sure am, daddy. Like,
Right. Even like, oh, son, you missed the point.
Right. You missed the whole what I'm trying to teach
Son,
you.
sometimes you just gotta
But
take
like,
it. No, no,
look.
we're not gonna go there. You gotta figure out a whole new way of talking to your son.
Fact. But it's
well,
like, hey, look, everybody ain't gonna rock with you.
Sometimes life hits you. No.
Well,
right.
son,
Life
there are
is hard,
good days
son.
and bad
No.
days. Every day's not gonna be a good day. Accept it. There you go.
Right.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I skated
Let,
around
let
all
me
of
Right.
that. Look
let
at
me
that.
ask y'all. Let me ask y'all this: what's worse in you guys' opinion?
I
A
think I know what you're
son
about
that
to
turns
ask.
out either gay, bi, whatever the case,
That
or a girl
Yep, I do.
who's
I asked it.
promiscuous. You have a teenage daughter who's
Would you have
promiscuous.
a gay son or a promiscuous daughter?
whew, I have to go with
That's deep.
uh,
Oh, You got some tough questions today.
And they said,
You came
"Oh,
These
on
are
the
the
wrong
questions that me and
episode.
Nene be asking each other all the time.
I say,
Oh,
go on,
And you got to say why.
go on, give me the whole door.
You'd rather have a whole daughter.
I'd rather have the whole daughter. That I can explain. Listen, especially in today's society, being a hoe is not the same thing. It's not the same as it once was.
Okay, so
So-
hoe is a see, that's not a political correct term to use anymore. So let's not
Right,
use
no
hoe.
PC.
Let's
God.
let's say
see,
she is
I
very
told
Or
promiscuous.
a
We
very
just gonna use
promiscuous
promiscuous.
daughter.
She's very
you. What people
promiscuous.
say, she
Get
belong
around.
to the streets.
Yes.
Listen, hey,
Your daughter that belongs to the
Okay.
streets,
Alright.
or
check this
Hey.
out.
a faithful gay son.
Promiscuity is not looked at as it once was.
but it's so
Oh,
common
right.
now. These daughters are whores."
She just went out of it. They're
So
whores.
she can say
All of them are
whore.
whores.
You can't say hoe.
That's the new norm now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so,
But
if
I
she-
asked,
I would-
what we asked before is homosexuality norm, and there was a lot of yeses as well. That's
It
norm.
is though. Society, like I just had
It's just
this
not norm to
conversation.
I think
Of
that all the
understanding.
It's not
parents
normal
are
to
gonna have
us.
to come to the terms that they're gonna have to say, "Are you fucking to their daughter?" And then go take her to the GYN and see if she's already doing. Because when I was growing up, half of my friends, their parents took them to the GYN and they was on birth control. Like, really?
yeah.
See,
So
that's why
yeah,
I'm glad I got a wife because she gonna do all that.
yeah. See,
You gonna be
so-
my perfect little angel in my mind, no matter
Sal-
what, and I will not let
Salvo.
you tarnish that.
Salvo. So you the same with me. You go ahead and give you the
Look,
promiscuous
hey
daughter.
man, look, I'm daddy don't need to know these things, baby.
All right.
Don't have him calling my house and don't have him showing up.
Oh, you
We
gonna
can go
know.
from now.
You gonna know.
You gonna know. You
gonna
gonna know. And you gonna be like,
Look.
damn.
I say you this: when she get grown, I don't give a damn. Hey, it is what it is. It's your life.
It's your life to live now.
Yeah, so I don't care. Yeah,
But she in your house right now. Let's say she's still living with
she
you.
gonna get out my
I'm gonna
house.
break her motherfucking neck. Cause I ain't gonna put her out.
Wow.
I ain't gonna put her out
No,
because I ain't gonna
I
put her out
will.
on the street.
I
No,
will, whatever.
why
I
would you
will.
put her out? She gonna go straight to the dude.
Exactly.
You don't want her
Whatever
to go
nigga
straight
you
to
land up with, you can go let him take care of you. Yes, exactly.
No, but see, Savage, you can't
Because
put her
if he
out
don't
the
do
auto.
it, she gonna be clapping out
Because
the window. And all
Right,
this
exactly.
because
I'm not finna go through it. I'm not finna have my hair falling out over you sneaking out. Go live with that nigga.
but see, if you put her out, then now you leave her to be taken in by the streets, and I don't mean like
Hey,
she belongs to the
listen.
street, but I mean
maybe
like
trafficking.
stuff
Hey,
ill could happen,
hey.
anything. You know what I'm saying?
Salvo, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
No, man, I can't.
So you
I can't do
accept
that
her
one,
playing
bro.
stupid games over
Yes.
a gay son?
No,
I will.
man, I can't do
I
it. I
think-
can't leave
I
my
think
baby
it's
out
clean
there.
cut simple.
See,
And
and
that's
that's why the
where
Lord
It's
didn't
became
give me
actually
no
interesting
girls.
because when I was asked this question, I was like, really, both are kind of
Both are bad.
no, both are not bad. It's like both can change society.
No,
So
I can
it's-
listen.
it's
I
fair.
can tell you why the gay son is bad. The gay son is bad because strictly because you know the struggles. As far I wouldn't want that for my son because of the struggles that come along with it, especially if he's in the closet and you know he's getting messed with. Like it's a lot of things that could come with that living that lifestyle, and I wouldn't want
And
that.
then I don't want to mess up my life because I will kill for my kids, and I don't give a fuck how old you are. So now you know my son gay, and you fucking with my son, I gotta come beat your ass. I don't give a fuck. And after I beat your ass, I'm gonna beat your daddy ass. And if your mama want to get sideways, she gonna get the same treatment. So
So watch what you just did, Salvo. You notice that you just said that if somebody's messing with your gay son, you go beat their ass. But we said a promiscuous girl. So that's knowing that she's messing with other guys and a high chance of having the same rate of somebody messing with her. But in your mind, immediately you came to nurture over a gay son quicker than you did a promiscuous daughter. Why?
because we just talked about it. Society is more accepting to promiscuous women than they've ever been.
So
That
you
gay
so you
son,
chose one or the other for what society wants, or for your understanding of how to raise.
both,
Because as not you particularly, because as a
of
society
course,
we understand promiscuous tendencies better than we do homosexual tendencies. That's just
absolutely.
from where that is.
I
Volunteering for one, that's the reason why I completely understand. For men's viewpoint, they're always going to choose. Well, 90% are going to choose promiscuous daughter. That's
But
just
it's
how it is.
both.
With
It's
understanding.
both gonna. It's gonna be hard for both to deal with both. Because first off, they're black. They're already gonna be outside, outcasted already because they're black. So you just gotta prepare them for that anyway. Then even for the promiscuous girl, you have to prepare her for her life as well. Because if you're out here in these streets giving it to anybody, I mean, it's not right. But men not gonna respect you, and that's just
but
something that you're
see,
gonna have to deal with too.
I feel like that promiscuous girl take a little bit off of my plate because now her mama got to pull her hair out. That son, I still got to teach you how to be a man and to move in this world. That's probably why I'm more ready to jump in and do these things. But like, I feel like mama gonna catch more of the hell with the promiscuous girl because I've seen promiscuous girls in school and nobody bothered them. And we knew I had a chick that was doing the whole basketball team in the auditorium. 5 guys. It seemed a little fruity to me, but she got caught blowing 5 guys in the auditorium. Nobody said nothing. After summer was over, it was like it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
I got a
You see
question
what
for
I'm saying?
that one right there. So you stated that's for society messing with her, but how does that psychologically mess with herself, or how does that mess with her own mind?
I'm sure she ain't gonna be right. I'm thinking,
Now, do you,
I'm sure she ain't gonna be right, but I can't do nothing about that.
now do
Yeah.
you now which one do you believe is harder to for a I'm going to say a teenager to go through in society?
Gay.
Of being the outcast of being gay, or being outcast
Gay.
of being the promiscuous
Gay
one?
by far.
Being
Gay
gay,
by far. Yeah, by
100%.
far.
So wouldn't that say that you're raising a stronger child
No.
of understanding of how to navigate that life and to go through
No.
that
I
life?
don't know.
How
I'm
how does
asking.
how does your struggle
I'm asking.
I would say no. Because it's just like that doesn't say that that person's gonna be strong because of that type of stuff they go through. They could kill themselves.
Yes.
I think what he's saying is, would you be harder on them to try to make them stronger? If I'm
Yes.
not
That's
mistaken.
the point. You
And
you got it exactly right.
Oh, well.
That that was
and
exactly what I said.
I can agree with that. I would probably be way harder on that gay son just because I need you to understand that life don't give a shit about your preferences or your happiness.
And
And you've
that's the
chosen to
reason
do
why.
something that society doesn't have considered normal.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would say yeah, and
Right.
you have to do that for the son because the daughter is like she done lost her mind being a hoe. So I'm like,
Promiscuous.
Here you go
It'd be,
using that
it'd be
H word
PC
again.
nowadays. Now, the
man,
other variant of that question is, of course, the reverse, in which the answers are almost a little different on that one, but it's supposed to be more to women.
I,
That if you want a promiscuous son or a gay daughter, who would you raise? But that's for men. Answers
oh yeah, that son,
Give
promiscuous
my
son.
son.
answers
man,
Yeah,
wrap it up.
almost 1,000%. Yeah,
yeah,
I think a whole son. I
Listen,
don't care. Oh, sorry.
that's a
listen,
landslide
Promiscuous
right
son.
there.
but see,
I
I
tell people all
think
the time,
that
I
you
don't
guys
make the
saying that
rules.
it's
I just
not
play by them.
it being the LGBTQ plus
QIA plus.
plus
Yeah, I messed
community
up on that too.
is is growing, and they are more communal than the straight people are together, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So nowadays in society, I
Yeah.
would think that being gay actually would give
See,
you more of leverage because listen, hear me out. Because now that you are, anybody who's not will feel more threatened to, let's just say, at a job. If you're gay, they're gonna feel a little bit less hesitant. They're gonna be hesitant to fire you because you are gay, and they don't want that to come to their company because they are such a strong society that they could potentially try to sue that company because you fired me because I was gay.
Yeah, see, like even just with
Yeah,
at the
but
beginning of what you said, like a community like straight people, this what you do when you're straight is just natural, man. We smart enough not to say this is a community. Like we don't need to be a community to be straight.
Right.
That's just something we
We
just
not
do.
together like that. If Joe get fired, I'm like, oh, that's Joe. Shoo.
Yeah, like we're not even thinking about that. Oh, we need to stick together as straight people. We don't fuck that. Like
Right.
that's what you're supposed to be doing. Like
But
I've
see,
had people that, yes, it is a powerful community. I've had subordinates that I've tried to discipline because yes, they run with it. Though I make them go on break for 2 hours and all types of stuff, and just gone for maybe 6 hours. Like, what? I've been calling you. Where did you go? You didn't even say. And then the first thing they want to throw, you just discriminate against me because I'm gay. No, I am not. You don't clearly understand that
Right.
you are a
And that's where
violation
no,
of
bring your
multiple-
gay ass to work.
facts.
That's all it
Right.
takes for them to throw that.
yeah,
Gay
they can just throw
card.
that on. Now, I'm not gonna say us as black people use a black card all the time. I know I do. I'm not gonna lie. I do. Somebody looking at me funny, I'll be like, she looking at me because I'm black. That's the only reason why she looking at me funny. But
It's because it's some stuff black people use their card. Like I know I look at it like as a black person and say, man, if I was white, y'all had me fucked up.
as that, because they are such a growing society, though, they have their own little, they support each other.
Yes, they do.
They help each other. So if I'm a singer in the gay community right now, you have a chance of being as big as you want to be. You don't just have to, you're not limited.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say for me, it would be harder to raise a promiscuous son.
What?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
about to say that reverse question is going for women, and they are stuck just the same way men are with the reverse of that.
Yeah, it
Oh.
would be harder for me to raise a promiscuous son just because
Oh man.
I also feel like men don't respect themselves enough when it comes to their bodies,
That's true.
and you should.
That's facts. That's
Facts.
You
facts.
shouldn't be out here just
We
just
respect
because somebody
ourselves. We be
giving-
helicoptering our dick. We good.
Oh Lord.
We good.
No, that's real. Like I say that a lot. Like I tell you, like and I think that comes from home. Like when we're brought up, because you will see, even if you have a sister, your sister is told all kinds of self-respect stuff, and they really
Mhm.
don't say anything to you as boys. Like we don't get told nothing about respecting ourselves like that.
Kendrick
We
Lamar
get
actually
told
made
the
a bar
opposite
about that one.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Cause like I blew my knee out freshman year of college at Mississippi State. I came back to Chicago and I went to art school. I had a chance to go to Japan for 3 months for an art program. And literally the first thing my uncle told me was, man, go on out there and get you one of them Japanese girls, get you a little STD or something and come back home. What?
Well,
Like that's the type of advice we get. Nobody's
Did he
like,
know
hey
that?
man,
Did he know that you peed on that lady?
nah.
oh, that's another culture thing that we have to talk about right there.
Yeah, we didn't have that
Boy.
conversation. But like the men, we are, yeah, man, go on out there, man, go on get you one of the girls, man. Just, hey, wrap it up, and that's it. But like
Yep,
we never
that's it.
taught like, hey man, you need to respect your body, and everybody don't deserve your dick the same
Yeah.
way that you think you
Right.
should just give it out.
And I'm
That's
a
why most men end up being
firm
hoes.
believer that even though that some people just be like, oh, we just having sex, it's just physical, but no, I'm a firm believer that it's all spiritual too. That stuff, you giving your spiritual energy every time you connect with someone like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's why your life don't be right, your aura be off, because you're giving your spiritual energy to people who don't need it, don't deserve it, never
I mean,
asked
he
for
did
it.
say be fruitful though and multiply. Just saying.
Okay, but that y'all taking one little paw and it's running with it. Y'all just running with that one little paw, be fruitful and multiply, because it say be fruitful and multiply, but it never said with one woman or with multiple women.
Facts.
You can be
Facts.
fruitful and multiply with your wife.
Solomon had 43 wives though. I'm just saying.
Okay, well Solomon was promiscuous.
Man, she just called Solomon a hoe? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And we was living in a time where the world was not fully populated yet. Now we got overpopulated countries, and it's if you can't afford the kids, you should be having the kids.
So save the planet by only having one spouse. That's the
That's
PSA.
what
that. I'm not really saying that.
I would have
but
said
I'm
something
just
different,
No,
but
I'm
you
just,
know, I don't want to get
I'm
anybody
just
canceled.
joking.
saying.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
See, now
man.
y'all cool, so I know I ain't gonna get canceled yet. I ain't
Not
really
yet.
pissed nobody off yet.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna
I'm
call
still
the
trying to
social
get canceled.
warrior.
You see what he
Yeah.
did there? He said, "Piss nobody off."
Listen,
I
Mm.
piss
I
nobody
tell
off. I feel you. I see you.
yeah,
Hey, Salvo,
don't
this is live stream. So
yeah.
you finna
Oh,
get your social warrior or social justice warriors
I
coming.
hope they do come to
Yep.
my
oh,
page.
come on,
I'm
please,
waiting.
please,
Please. If I
please.
say anything incorrect, I will be the first one to be like, I apologize. I didn't understand. That's fine. But the people that just try to make up points to be like, he said, I'll be like, where did I
Yeah.
say that? When did
So
I say
Oh,
that?
you know, I probably get attacked from saying that these parents shouldn't be giving their kids hormones and all this other stuff.
oh
Man,
man,
That's why we
look,
say
yeah,
opinions are to themselves. This is not Courtney's idea. This is not anybody
yeah.
else's. This is just their opinion. They might get mad at us and be
man.
like, "You supposed to tell her? Don't say." We're like, "No. How about you do it?"
Man, I ain't got
Salvo just
time for none of these Twitter fingers, man.
yeah,
They going somewhere.
Salvo, you just can't run for president, man. They're gonna dig this up.
I
Definitely.
Oh
sure
yeah,
the fuck
yeah.
can't
Oh,
run
they
for
surely
president because
will,
it's gonna
won't
be
they?
lit. I
From
run
the
for
things that I've
president, a
said,
lot of
not just
shit
from this
finna
podcast,
change.
but from my life. Oh, I know I can't run for president.
Man,
As soon as they
I
say
don't think
see my
I've
name on
been
the ballot,
PC
they're
my
like,
whole
"Shoot him."
life.
Salvo finna get the whole crew emailing
But
him,
go
death
ahead.
threats, all
We
that.
had a Tito.
Oh
We had
man.
a Tito president, and he said, "Grab it by the pussy." So I'm trying to figure out anybody
Man,
can win at this point. He
They're
didn't get
man, you
canceled.
know what?
gonna
You
have a
right.
Carlos Miller. They're gonna have Salvo. They're gonna
Hey,
be right outside his door, rattling his car, leaning on
Right.
it. Nah, say what you said. Go,
what's
come here. Say
what's
what
the
you said
problem?
again.
Y'all gotta stop hating
And
on Trump.
look, man,
Oh, no,
hey,
no, no, no.
I'm
For
just
hey,
me,
saying. I'm just saying. He was
I'd
one of the
still say to
presidents
this
and said what
day,
he wanted to say.
he was the funniest president we've ever
And
had.
on God, he was hilarious.
they got the audio footage. It ain't even a rumor. It's just, oh my God, it's crazy.
I'm just saying that he was
You can
not
do
canceled.
anything.
Nobody even thought about
You can
canceling him.
even grab him by the pussy.
See, that's the thing, man. He was a celebrity, he was just speaking on things that once you get to a certain level,
And
That's
Trump was
people
he.
good
just let you
looking.
get away with.
But that's
Trump
that's
was
the
good looking
thing.
back then. You know what I'm saying? So he
He's
probably
the
let a lot
proper.
of.
He is the perfect candidate for cancel culture. I don't know how they missed him. How did he
Man.
should have been the first person on the list? How
they
did
they
y'all
Because
didn't.
miss him?
he's also the perfect candidate of I can say what I want and do what I want. And that's how a lot of people feel. Like as soon as they say cancel culture or anything like that, be like, it's my First Amendment right that I can say what I want. Like, I mean, not exactly.
Well, if that's the case,
Oh, man.
anybody can say whatever they want to and not have to get canceled.
That's where I'm saying
Again.
that goes
I
back
feel
and forth on
like
that one.
I feel like you should be able to say whatever you want, as long as you're willing to deal with whatever consequences occur from what you said.
I mean, we currently have
Yep.
that. But there's
Yeah.
people that say I want to say what I want and have no consequences behind it.
Yeah, and
But
that's
these
the
are also
problem.
the same people, like what I said. Well, had an argument with somebody. I was like, but when I think Kathy Griffin, the comedian, did the
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
cut off the head, you got upset about that. That's freedom of speech, right?
Facts. I thought that shit was hilarious.
When it came for the joke, I was like, that was stupid. But when it came for the reaction, fucking hilarious. I was like, wow,
But
y'all
see-
really upset about this. Oh my
But
god.
see, this is why I fucks with Kathy Griffin though. She never once backpedaled. It was
Oh yeah,
what it
I
was,
love that too.
and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? What I hate is the person that, like I said, they say something and you knew what you felt that, but now you want to backtrack. Oh well, no, I didn't really feel that. And then, no, yes you did. Don't fucking lie now. That's the shit I don't like.
The thing is because they want to portray this perfection now and not understand. Oh, I had to go. I had to grow from there, and that's where I was actually talking to Nene about this not too long ago. Is when somebody digs up an old tweet or old Facebook post or anything like that, and they say you said this back in 1993. Instead of you saying, no, I didn't say that. No, I didn't mean it. No, accept it. Yeah, I said that at that particular time. I was younger. Yeah, that's why I felt at that time.
Exactly.
You didn't ask me what I think now. You just said what I did back then. Now it's on the other person. They supposed to ask you, well, what do you think now? And if your answer changed, they have to allow that change. They can't be like, no, you said this 20 years ago. You think this now.
Exactly.
No, you're not going to hold me to that. You can't. I grew. Sorry. Like if you don't want me to grow, that's your thing.
Being honest, you can't hold motherfuckers to half the shit they did 20 years ago.
Right.
Man, nobody walking this earth between the ages of fucking 17 and 24 should be held liable for whatever occurred during that time, unless it was like something heinous.
Hey, they still
My
ain't
generation
got.
grew up with the internet.
They still ain't.
We said some shit.
They still ain't got Cardi B. She admitted to doing a bunch of drugging men and all kinds of shit. So
yeah, then played in a movie where she did the same fucking thing.
Yeah. So, hey. Well, yeah, I think we can gonna cut it right there.
So what was the conversation about PC culture again?
Hey, it went all in. it went all in. So yeah, man, we can wrap it up right there. Any outros, anything y'all want to shout out?
Peace, love, and soul.
What you say, Savage Man?
No, I was just saying anything y'all want to shout out, outros.
That's why I say who's first.
Hey, anybody, y'all just jump in, man. We gonna get on up out of here.
Oh yeah, peace, love, and soul. That's all I got, man. Love everybody. Treat everybody as a person, no matter what their preferences or prefixes or whatever are.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he trying to prevent them from bombarding.
Hey, I ain't gotta agree with nobody.
You trying to be a president? Nah.
Hey man, look, it's gonna be
Please
lit, bro. I need
don't
y'all
send me
help.
hate mail.
Kathy Griffin shaking her head right now.
Right.
No man. I'm trying to be president. I'm trying to switch some shit around. Don't fuck up the world.
Okay.
Right. Immigration.
I'm on God. I got some ideas, man. This shit finna be lit.
All righty, y'all.
All right. Nice talking to y'all.
For sure.